Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil episode 49?
Yes.
49!
And I didn't tell him this time. I did not tell him this time.
I don't have any light on my face either, but yeah, who knows. Welcome. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge and show you what we're working on, what we're thinking about. We lift up the curtain and let you see everything raw and unfiltered. We hang out for 2 hours, have a drink, and talk terrain.
I artificially made your face a bit lighter.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't look as good as actually having a light on it, but
I mean, what's funny is there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
they're
they're all pointed
6,
at the table.
7. There's 7 lights pointed at terrain right now, and 0 got it.
Would it help if we just turned on those rainbows?
Nah, I just go blow. I'll turn into a ghost.
That's fair.
I don't know. We can try. Who gets?
No, let's try it.
People want to see the terrain anyway.
Yeah, that's completely fair. Yeah, there you go. See, that filled in some of your face. It's not terrible.
Flat. Yeah. Anyway, what are we doing today, Chris?
Whoa, man. Today, we're looking back at everybody's favorite set, Hellscape, for a couple reasons. Part of it is like I think we casually mentioned last week that we were like we were like really cracking down on getting the Hellscape.
Have we cracked down on anything ever?
Well, I was gonna say like lit a fire under us, which I thought was pretty fitting for Hellscape as well. Under like getting like the Hellscape Cavern core things ready, and we're looking at like reconfigurations in general for the set and everything. So we want to talk about
Hellscape.
Yeah, like the Kickstarter, the design process behind it, stuff that we wish we had done differently, stuff that we're really proud of, stuff that we can do with it going forward, all that stuff. But first, let's get to everybody's favorite segment.
Oh, and so if you're if you're new here, we're gonna hang out for 2 hours. We're gonna do a little news segment. We're gonna do we'll show off some wildland test shots. So it'll probably take half an hour, and then we'll go into our main segment. But in the middle, we're going to do a giveaway, which is eligible for international backers.
Only international.
What? Oh, no, yeah, only
not only international, but anybody.
6 of clubs and anybody international. No, anybody's eligible for the giveaway, and we also show off a fan build, and mostly just hang out, talk terrain, and have a good time talking to you guys. And we want to hear. This is interactive, so please give us your questions, give us your thoughts, interact at us. We got
a real doozy of a build today. I'm excited about it.
We do?
We do. All right.
Oh, the fan build.
The fan build, yes. I don't mean like right now.
I didn't build anything, Chris. What do you?
But
that was my other thought. Is I was kind of tempted to see if I could fill the table at the tail end of this like second half of this thing. Just do a Hellscape, fill the whole table, Hellscape build, illuminated, whatever. Just do a speed.
Potatoes are.
So maybe we'll do that.
Potatoes. The footage is choppy. Are we getting like a throttled connection? It's a lower bitrate than we usually get. It's consistent at, yeah, it looks like they're compressing our bitrate a bit. That's annoying. They. I want us to get Google Fiber or something.
Don't we have Fios?
Do we?
I believe.
If what we're on is
supposed
supposed to be fiber, I'm greatly disappointed. Much better now? Okay,
Speaking of fiber, I mean fire.
Today's sponsor, Raisin Bran.
I love Raisin Bran.
Yes. Are we ready for the news?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry,
let's go to the news.
I made up a new intro. Oh, no, wait. News! News! It's the news. It's the news.
You didn't really have to lean into the microphone on that one.
No,
I'm using a
lavalier, but I was leaning into the mic just in case.
Yeah.
Welcome to the news. What's in the news, Chris?
Oh boy, we got a lot of, actually not as much stuff in the news as we do some weeks, but there's a fair amount of stuff in the news this week.
Hey, wait, I heard there was a poll about which accent you were going to use for the news.
Yeah, well, apparently they voted on.
It came up Boston.
Apparently they chose Morty from Rick and Morty. Going off of that reading. First thing, Kickstarter of the week. We wanted to highlight one of our friends. I'm not even going to say which because it's for a thing that we haven't announced yet.
Isn't that in like 2 weeks?
Yeah, we should really get around to announcing it. It's in like a week and a half. We really had to get around
Can
to
we like
announcing it.
soft announce it now?
Yeah.
Is anybody watching?
Hey.
Just cover your ears.
Saturday after next. The 22nd. Yes, the 22nd. We're going to be doing, we've teased this before. We're going to be, this is some news we didn't realize we were announcing today, but we should.
Surprise!
We're going to be doing a charity stream. We're basically kind of for the day turning the channel over to the folks from Asians Represent. They're going to be doing it's really fun. Like we've been talking about that. They've been like they're getting like really thorough and really in depth with like preparing this thing.
This
so I'm
has
like
been
very
months
excited about it.
Making.
Yeah, like we've literally been working on it for like a month. I want to say like a month and a half. We've been working on it for a while. But for Asian Heritage Month, the folks from Asians Represent are going to be running a murder mystery game, a murder mystery satire set in Karatur. So I'm very excited about that. We'll just be running the terrain and stuff on this end. It's going to be a charity game where it's going to be similar to the to that interactive game we did for our anniversary back in February. Except,
did anybody see that?
Yeah, anybody here watch that?
There were no Wu Gen, like there may be in this.
Yeah, but I guess yeah, people. But you're going to be able to affect the game through donations that'll go to the charity, basically, and you'll be able to impact the game that way. So it's we've been prepping it for a bit. I'm very excited for it. Yeah, so that's the thing that's happening.
Surprise! And so segue that into the Kickstarter. That's one of those guys, right?
And so one of them is what game? Oh, Chris is here. He's like, what game? Yeah. So one of them is writing on this Kickstarter called Eldritch Sands, which is essentially it's a setting for 5e. It's like a post-apocalyptic. It's in like this like waste desert sort of thing.
Waste desert versus
waste
like
desert,
as wonderfully
well as really
bountiful desert. Yeah.
But it's got like a really cool. I don't want to say cyberpunky aesthetic to it, but it's kind of like that. There's like mech suits. It's not quite steampunk. It's basically like these like eldritch powered
Eldritch punk.
Eldritch punk.
My favorite
Eldritch
genre.
punk.
Yeah.
I think it's actually what they called it.
There you go.
Yeah, like these eldritch punk suits, like an owlbear suit and stuff like that give you like special abilities. It's a very cool setting. It's like super stylish. I backed it when it came out. It looks phenomenal. I'm very excited about it.
Throw a link out there so other people can back it.
Yeah. Did you
they
say
can
Sam?
Get their Eldritch Punk on.
What you guys need to do is you need to blow up this Kickstarter in particular to push us to, because if that gets big and it becomes like the big thing everybody wants to play, then we're gonna have to make desert tiles as well as modular ships in order to be compatible with this setting.
See what he did there.
Just
see what he did there. I don't know if I told you, but I love Sam's. So.
Yeah. So that's it. I think it's a cool looking setting. I'm excited about it. Let's see. Moving on from that, we wanted to put out again. We are looking for some submissions for the Y terrain video that we're working on.
As in WHY. Like, why do you play D&D with terrain? Right?
Yeah.
You have a perfectly good theater for free in your brain. Why are you going to play with terrain?
Yeah, and we've gotten a couple submissions, but we need more. Just the more we have to pull from, the better. So if you haven't submitted and you really want to, you can email it to ota@dwarvenforger.com. The kind of things that we're looking for is videos and photos, preferably videos, but if you can only do photos, like that's fine. Only using Dwarven Forge terrain.
Or predominantly Dwarven Forge. It could have a couple of...
It wants to at least...
If those mimics from Galadoria sneak in, we'll be okay.
Yeah. We would love to... The particular things that we're trying to look for right now, we're looking for shots of minis on a battlefield. We're looking for some cool traps. We're looking for a cool like surprise reveal using the terrain. We're looking for videos or photos of the biggest builds you've ever made. And people having fun, generally speaking. If it looks like people are happy while they're using the terrain, I think that'd be good for the video.
Happy with terrain?
Yeah.
How about kids? There's kids on the list?
It didn't say kids specifically on here, but kids generally speaking have a lot of fun.
We're adding that to the list.
Okay, if you've got kids, force them to be in it.
Turns out kids like toys.
Yeah. Essentially, the goal of the video is it's supposed to be a video just talking about how terrain will actually like enhance your playing experience.
Yeah. Why would you possibly put this on your table? Well, here's why.
What about cats?
Yes, definitely cats.
If you've got cats and dogs, yeah, those pull really well actually.
Dude, cats love terrain. Mm-hmm. They always think it's a place to sleep.
Cats are so persuasive. Like I just buy cat food and litter, like just because of the commercials, without even owning one. So true. I do have a cat, but
yes. But you would, because they're good spokesfolk.
Meow Meek's song is a straight banger, honestly.
As the kids say.
If we post the stuff in the Discord, do we need to re-upload in the right place? Can the stream be about cats now? We both have cats at home, but we don't have them here, so it's kind of worse. How about my cat stealing the LED remote? Also good. If you posted it in the Discord, if you just tag me and point me to it, I can pass it on to people if you want things to be submitted for Why Terrain. But the easiest way for us to keep it like organized is if it is sent to ota@dwarvenforge.com.
As in on the anvil.
As in on the anvil, yeah.
I wonder if I could get my cat. My girl cat would never do it, but my boy cat, my big doofy boy cat, I feel like I could get him on the stream like attacking a build. Like I feel like I could build something he could be like Godzilla, and like there might be something like I put some treats in there. Do the thing.
Well, we've got that footage of Dunk walking through the wildlands terrain that I'm sure will make its way in there at some point. Who will be seeing the video? It's for the channel. It's for our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The goal is basically it's a video meant to help convince people who haven't played with terrain before to give it a shot. Is the general idea.
Or just explain why, right? Why you may not push them over the edge or make them the way, but just sort of like if they're curious, like why the heck would I use terrain? Like,
yeah. We're trying to show why using our stuff like lets you do things that you can't do with grid paper, basically.
Which I don't know how we're gonna make it a short. There's a lot of reasons. A lot of. I tried to go in depth on D&D Beyond and got cut off.
Just shout elevation. That's the whole thing.
I had a list of like 12 things that I wanted to hit to, and he's like, "All right, we're done." I'm like, "Ah," but we didn't even like.
Welcome to my terrain talk.
But that wasn't an hour.
It will exist in perpetuity. You have 3D minis. Why not 3D terrain? It's also a good point.
Exactly. It writes itself.
Yeah, I think a good amount of it is still being. I think a lot of it's going to be built around like the footage that we get and all that. But yeah, the goal is just be a video on the channel just to help show people the value of using terrain.
And that it's fun.
Yes.
Because it's fun. What else do we have in the news?
If you remember when Hamster and I did some streams with a band of badgers, Nate's going to be doing one with them.
You mean when you were in a fever dream? And
when I was in a fever dream and then the internet died halfway through the episode I was in.
And it went straight to YouTube?
And then we ended up recording the rest of it offline and sent it straight to YouTube. Yeah. Nate is going to be playing with them on Saturday. He's going to be playing D&D 5e. They're doing the Descent into Avernus campaign. So he's going to be playing with them this weekend. I'm actually playing with them
the 29th?
in 3 weekends. The 29th, right, because it can't be the 22nd because that's when I'm doing the Asians Represent game. So Nate is playing this weekend. I think you start at the time zone conversion. I think it's 3 o'clock our time? 4 o'clock our time?
4 o'clock our time. The pregame, I have to show up for sound check and stuff at 3. It should be fun. I'm playing Raoul, my Tabaxi ranger.
I have seen you use that character for so many different things at this point.
Well, my running gag with him is I change his second class every. So he's a ranger / whatever. So he's been a ranger / fighter. He's been a ranger / bard. He's been a ranger / I said fighter already. Now this time he's gonna be a ranger / monk. So I change his / class each time because he's fey type. He kind of like wanders around. It's my own little internal running gag.
I'm still figuring out what I want to be, but I'm thinking about being like a half-orc rogue or something, just like really... something unusual.
Unusual.
Let's see. What level's the character? They're doing 8th level, I believe.
Yeah.
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 Okay, I botched that last question. Do you prefer a large quantity of files or prefer cherry-picked shots, or do you not care?
Large.
Yeah.
More.
That said, if you do send like hours of footage, some kind of documentation of like where we can go to find certain things would be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's see.
I'm excited to play with the Badgers. They are churning out a lot of content. Super passionate about it.
Yeah, I linked to their channel. I've watched a couple other things. They're just a very fun group.
Yes.
A bunch of very good British men.
It's also, he said this episode is probably going to be almost all role play, and I feel like I'm just going to throw a wonderful hand grenade in there because like Morale is such a fish out of water, awkward, like no filters. Like it should be. I don't know. I was like, well, this is the perfect. I want to start flipping verbal furniture. It should be fun.
Live game, when is it? It's this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
At twitch.tv/bandofbadgers.
If you follow me on Twitter at Nate Taylor, NateTaylor, I'll tweet out about it. I think I just tweeted out today. We'll put it on our social channel too. We'll put it all over.
Yeah. Other thing. We got a couple things happening next month we wanted to tell you about now. First off, for the people who are always wondering when sci-fi stuff is going to be happening.
When's sci-fi stuff going to be happening, Chris?
Well, we're having our sci-fi symposium. I think it's the first week of June where the team's having it. So basically, we're going to get together there. We're going to dissect all the answers we got from that sci-fi survey. Thank you for filling it out, those of you who filled it out.
Yeah, we got over 2,000 people fill out the survey. And you know what? It's not too late. If you want to fill out the survey, Chris will put the link up there. The link he has right at hand. He's totally got it.
Yeah, let me go find that link.
But anyway, we've got some wonderful feedback, which we thank you for greatly. We're going to review it as a team and kind of figure out what to do for this sort of smaller, self-contained thing, and then we'll talk about it, the next week or two on the air. What we'll do is we'll dissect the survey on the air with you guys. We'll talk a little bit about what we're planning. Obviously, we'll keep some secrets and whatever, but we'll give you an idea of what we're thinking and also get some feedback and ideas. Because turns out you guys have a lot of feedback and ideas. So, Sci-Fi Symposium.
Too many to keep up with, even.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah. Yeah, so for people who are wondering when that's going to happen, basically early next month, we will... that'll be the next time that we make some progress on the sci-fi stuff. And we will tell you about it. Also happening next month, our first restock in a while is coming. It's going to be the first of a kind of chain of restocks that happens over the next couple months. What else coming in this one?
Monster Sewer.
Yeah, the sewer sets are coming. That's
Docks.
The docks are coming in.
Docks are coming.
I know a lot of people were wanting us to restock the docks.
Ooh, large curved walls are coming.
Large curved walls?
Yeah.
You guys hear that?
Did you hear that?
We're taking care of
I'm leaning into the mic, but it's not even plugged in.
That happened again, like the last build Matt Mercer did. Didn't have vaulted diagonals again, but it had those curves. He's a
two-trick pony.
Yep. Well, every time he gains another trick, it's just adding another number to it and still derisively talking about how he doesn't have enough tricks.
3-trick pony.
Yeah, these 6-trick ponies.
It's got no future. Okay. There's no future for Dungeons and Dragons in this economy.
Large curved walls like from the lever chamber?
Yep.
Yeah. Those babies. Bingo. Let's see. So yeah, that's going to be coming next month. We will, as we get a firmer idea of when that stuff will be hitting the stores, we'll let you know.
There's a link on the website. If you scroll down to it says restock list in the bottom middle, click on that, it'll show you what's coming. My guess, and once again, who knows, because everything is taking longer these days, but my guess, right now it says June 21st is going to be up. I'll bet you $1 that it's going to be in the store before June 21st. That's my guess.
Like I said, it's, so much of it is up to when the ship gets there and then how long it takes to unload and all that.
Customs.
Yeah. So as we get closer to it and that date gets narrowed down, we will let you know when exactly it's going up.
Well, I'll tell the story 100 times. We'll tell it more. We had one container stopped in customs for 3 weeks because the Lizardman clan, they thought this was on our end too. The wildlife and protection, whatever it is.
They thought we were actually moving lizards.
They thought they were lizards. We were importing lizards from China. Live lizards or dead? I don't know. They somehow thought the lizard men
How about Earthstone Picorni paint? So here's what happened with the paints. we were planning on restocking the paints. You remember? You remember when the ship got stuck in the canal?
I heard about that.
The raw materials that are used to make our paints were held up by that, and so it delayed. Our goal is to not have like those paints that are like heavily used.
The core. There's like 4 or 5 core colors.
Yeah. That delayed our restocks of those a bit. So we're planning to have all of them in stock. I'm not sure how close they are to having it back on schedule yet, because we don't really put the paints in the same restock schedule because they have like a different supply chain and stuff. Yeah. So the plan is, it was supposed to already be restocked. It just got delayed by the ship stuff, and so I'll try to follow up, and I'll ask and see if we know for sure when we're getting those back in stock, because a couple of the paints were low, and Earthstone is out, and that's a very important.
It's a crucial one.
It's a very important paint.
Well, we know we're working on it.
Yeah. So I'll follow up on that. Other things that happened. The filters in the store went live. We've been collecting feedback from you guys on that. Thank you for those of you who've been looking for those of you who've been like using the system and finding bugs and talking about like what'll make the system easier. We are compiling all that stuff, and we're going to be improving it over time.
And thanks for the kind words to Johanna and Tyler and everybody that was working, because it took a lot longer than you would imagine to get that all together and up and launched and whatever. And we're still tinkering.
Yeah, with the amount of products that we have in the store, it was a really massive undertaking.
Well, and the amount of times we changed our mind, and like it's a lot of process and trying to sort out the logic of how you want to shop, and then actually not being able. Sometimes we couldn't implement the thing we wanted to do, and I don't know. It's an adventure. Yeah.
So we've been collecting your guys' opinions and the stuff that you're wanting to see, and our goal is to be working on that over time to like just massage this into the best thing it can be.
Where should they give us their opinions, Chris?
There's 2 threads on the forums. If you wanted to do it there. We also have a channel dedicated explicitly for feedback on the filters that we're going to leave up for a bit until we kind of feel like
we're... Explicit channel on the...
It's explicit.
Yeah.
So if you want to leave all of your strongly worded feedback on the filters in that Discord channel, we're collecting it all there. I feel like there's definitely some trends that have popped up over time. And I feel like we've got some pretty good ideas of where to move.
Wearing all black?
Wearing all black.
Oh, I forgot to do my fit checks all week.
We were talking in that meeting earlier. Somebody said the Nate Taylor collection, and we were just Mason Taylor and I were laughing, going like, "How the Nate Taylor collection? It's just all black T-shirts."
I have a Homer Simpson wardrobe. It's just all the same everything. It's so simple. It's the best. I highly recommend it to everybody.
Yeah. So let's see what else. Also related to that, if you were trying to buy the build of the month and you had an issue or it said it was sold out, it is not sold out. When we change the filters over, there's some kind of very specific bug that pops up if you try to add it to your cart in a specific way.
Yeah.
So if that happens, worst case scenario, just email customer service and they'll get it set up for you. The build of the months are not sold out.
Although I think the unpainted is really close, but
the unpainted is close.
Yeah.
But
it's not sold out.
Yeah, it's not. That is a bug related to the new software changeover. We're trying to nail down exactly what's causing it. It's only happening to a couple people, but just so you know, if it's not working for you for whatever reason, contact customer service. We'll get it sorted out.
Speaking of build of the month, we shoot the next one tomorrow, and I'm excited. It was really, man, I'm really glad. It's fun to go through have the process not work on the air. Like, that's sort of the purpose of this channel. No, but like the purpose of this channel is to show people kind of how it works, and it doesn't always work right. So like that was a building of the build of the month where I walked away and I'm like, this doesn't work. We tried to pick it up on the Anvil and it still didn't work. And then I noodled it on the next day. Like, I still was messing around with it this morning, but I think we have something now finally. But it's like, sometimes the process, it's just, you have to get, it's not a straight line sometimes.
Yeah.
But it led us to a lot of good stuff on Hellscape, which we're going to talk
I think
about.
I think we've landed on a really cool thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the only thing left is we've got some Wildlands test shots to show off. Fair amount of stuff came in. Actually, some really exciting ones came in.
Did we show this last time? I can't remember if we.
This latest batch of things came in. You put a photo on Twitter.
Yeah, but did I show these painted? Did we show this stuff
I think
last time?
the painted stuff you showed last time.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Stepped stump.
They probably wouldn't object to seeing it again.
Yeah. Well, we're going in backwards order. I'm showing the painted stuff first now for some reason, and then we'll go to the unpainted shots. Because I think we saw. I can't remember.
Again, it really does look like all the like Aranthor and like Dread Hollow pieces, like they're matching the paint really well.
Yeah.
Like so that's basically 1-to-1 what Hamster and Aaron did.
It's killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, big beauty.
These are the factory examples. This is what the factory sent back to us for approval, and it honestly, like, it looks like they nailed it.
Approved.
Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff. This was the piece, right? The first.
Eli sculpted this on air. Where's the moth? What color did they end up doing for the moth?
It's a light greenish.
Yeah, there it is.
A snap in there. Oh, that's the wrong direction.
Little off. Other way. There you go.
That was a suggestion. That was a viewer suggestion on our very first on the Anvil. Put a moth there, and he's like, put a little Luna moth.
What's the OTA email again? It's literally OTA. At dwarvenforge.com.
This, I think, someone was like, hey, can you put a plant there or whatever, and he put the plant on. I don't know, you have to go back and watch the thing, but it was.
Yeah, it was a fun. It was a really cool. It was retroactively our first on the Anvil stream, and it shaped the way the piece came out.
And sort of what the whole purpose of like trying to show people this, how it all works, how the sausage is made.
Yeah, the way that.
Look at that guy. Didn't I show the painted base? I can't remember. When did this come in? It came in 5/5. When was the last episode? What day is today?
5/5. It's 5/12. So that was literally last
so
Wednesday.
Maybe that did come in. I think it. I don't know. I can't remember if we showed the base off or not.
People said show it again anyways. So.
Yeah, well, we did. So there you go. There's a little beetle.
We did show it because I remember seeing that metallic beetle.
Yeah, little beetle.
Yeah. It's so hard to remember everything at this point. We've got so much going on.
Look how big this piece is.
I actually really love the color of the mushrooms there. Yeah. Like they pop really well.
You got good.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's look at the new stuff. Wait, did we not see?
What's up?
Huh?
Do you have?
Did we not have? Oh, we've got them all. I mean,
we haven't shown this yet. No.
Did we not show the large conifer?
I don't think so.
I can't remember. I don't know.
The conifer, I think, seems new.
That's a big tree. Look at that guy.
That is a large conifer.
And we already showed the base, but I'll show it so you can see it in. You know what? Here, for scale, like, conifers it's one Hellgate high, just shy of one Hellgate high. And these are
look at all that detail. Yeah, they really managed to catch the body.
For those of you that are new, so test shots, these are after we've approved the expanded master. They tool a big, expensive, heavy steel mold, and then they run two pieces through and make sure everything's cool before they do the full test run. So these are the first times we see the final castings in Dwarvenite. Previously, we've been working with polystone resin castings, and like it's very, very, very satisfying to finally hold like a factory finished thing. And this has got the peg bottom, and it's got the imprint with the skew. Does this one? Sometimes it does. It's got the skew in there.
These trees use pegs. Now, well, I'm sure you can see it right there. They are peg trees. But yeah, like the general flow is they send us this. If it's all good, we approve it, and then they do a paint test and they send that over, and we approve the paint job.
Generally, it's about like I feel like 90% of them are right, or 95, and there's always that occasional thing. It's like our last chance to catch anything that's wrong at that point. But you know, I showed on one of the last update. I showed a picture of the pickup or the expanded master of tree that showed like where all the mold lines are. Where it's like this crazy everything. And
The
someone
Quildren specifically, right?
I think it was the Quildren, maybe. And someone put in the comments, they're like, "Oh no, you're gonna ruin this beautiful tree! I can't believe those mold lines." You don't see them. They're not like.
It'd be nice if you had.
I wish I could. I should pull up. I have the thing. It's like it's seamless. You can't tell that they're there. It's showing how complex it is, but you don't see you can't see. There's no visible mold line on this thing anywhere.
Yeah, because this thing also had those mold lines. Because look at how big this is. There are absolutely mold lines on this thing.
Well, there's not lines, but there's lines. Yeah.
The way that the Quildren was marked up,
Yeah, no, that was like a it's like a 6-part thing, whatever. It was crazy, but yeah, there's don't sweat the. We really go out of our way to not have mold lines.
We need to start using Hellgates as the standard unit of measurement for height.
Yeah. It's Twongy Hellgate large. This is a trifecta ledge, the mountain trifecta ledge for this guy. Oh, that's why. See, Tyler is a smart cookie. You know, I don't care what you say about him, Chris. He is a smart. He's a smart guy.
Well,
this is why this is here, so that this could we could show how the trifecta nestles in there. So this is so you can use this for negative space build, or for if you're trying to like level up one layer, you can use this as is like on a battle mat or whatever, or you put them together and then you can use them in line with your with a floor.
Still a little shocked how big those are. That was like a regular thing through Wildlands. Was like
they are outrageously large. Like you don't realize like these are big pieces of dwarvenite. Like it's no joke. Like you could murder someone with this. Not that I'm. Yeah, you really could. Like this is.
What does the other trees look like next to the large conifer? Other Wildlands trees? Do we have any others here?
Yeah, let me grab them after. Let's go through all of these and then remind me to go grab it. I'll grab some other ones. Here's the other trifecta. Ooh, wait, it's a painted trifecta? Did I wait?
Wait, we can take some shot.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, it's got the dwarvenite cut out.
This is the little. And this guy nestles up right there.
That looks really good. Look at that fit.
Yeah.
Fit check.
Ha.
Hey, that's a callback to 2 weeks
I see what he
ago?
did
Last
there.
Week?
The runner.
It was last week.
Well, we said it earlier today too. So it's like a recurring. Now it's a theme. It's a running gag on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eli and Nina and Toby really agonized over figuring out how to make these work, and they work.
That's great. Like, well, like the rocks popping up, like really just hide the.
Yeah. No, it's
really
a
good.
pretty awesome. Very excited with how this all came together. We've got.
We require plugs. We do not have samples of the plugs yet. I don't think.
I have this guy, but I don't have the straights, so we have to go get the straights. These are 2 of the straight trifectas. I think we'll have the plugs next week, maybe, or the week after. I don't know where the dice samples are. We're supposed to have those. I don't know. Like I said, everything is going slower.
Shipping is.
I need to get the trifectas for these so we can see how these work too. So I'll put this in a pile of things I want to get right after this is over. We'll get those trifectas and then some other trees. We have. Ooh, the other Aranthor expansion pieces. Did we look at these last? We didn't, right?
I don't think
so. These are the rest of the expansion pieces for our original Aranthor set. So the original Aranthor was very. It was either vertical stuff or we had a couple of ramps, but there wasn't a lot of like gradual ways up. So this was a attempt to sort of have some more interesting gradual ways up that feel a little more organic. And what's super fun about this, besides having this playable space on there, you can flip it over because the dead side is on the back. So you can flip it over, and now it's like a dangerous cantilevered ledge that hangs out. So you can have like a cool, that cartoon outcropping where you look out and survey the wilderness ahead before the journey, or you could fall off, whatever. Need a piece, and this is the little one by one, which is something we desperately needed.
Mm-hmm.
And what's neat about this?
Just a good spacer.
Well, sometimes you need 1 inch. You just gotta like adjust. We only had 2 inches before. Now 1 inch opens up everything. 1 becomes 3 with +2. Like math. It's a thing.
Yeah.
So what's neat about this little guy is the top here is all sort of like an edgy cliff, man. Just say crazy things. But the top, look at the top. The top is a clean 1 by 1, so that you can, or maybe it's the bottom. I don't know.
It's one of those like multi-use pieces, yeah. Because you can.
Well, so you can build it in line. Like let's say you were doing a build, you needed to fill a 1 by 1 gap. you can put it in there, and it fills that 1x1 clean. You could do that if you wanted a little crack, or you put it in with your cliff, and there you go.
Math is a thing. Wise words. Who was it that during the Kickstarter somebody was like, you told me there wouldn't be any math?
I would never claim there would be no math. In fact, there should be a giant disclaimer at the top of our Kickstarter that says math required. Do not enter. So this is the ledge, Aaron Thor ledges. And what's fun about this guy is it echoes the same gag. So the bottom side here is very much a 1x1, so you could use it as a 1x1 floor. And then the other side, it's peels back a little bit and it feels more edgy ledge. So then you can put the edgy sides together or the flat sides together, or any combination. These are going to be wildly useful little boys, as Mace would say. Here is we got some stuff. Oh, remember I broke a rod last week?
You did.
I set a world record for the fastest snapping rod ever set to metal music. It was like.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
My
thumb still hurts.
Played music under it and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I should clip that and put that on Twitter.
It took me like 2 minutes to break this stupid plastic rod.
It was very good.
It's strong. I'll tell you what. The moral of the story is the rods are strong.
If you have to put that much effort into it to break a rod, that probably means they're not going to break during break.
I was trying really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could tell, but it was really hard. Like, I will be mocked forever by the internet for my failure to break a rod.
Oh, is that the magnetic
This
boulder?
is a magnetic boulder. Look at this little guy.
Does it have the magnet in it currently?
It does. If only I had...
Do you want me to grab one of the...
Yeah, grab something that's got a magnet in it. Oh, we have it over here. I can... see if I can put a 1x1 on it. Not exactly the magnetic accessory I was looking for, but you can put anything that has an anchor magnet. So it's got metal in there. So this is for, you can put an accessory or whatever on there, or you could just use it as a cool boulder, right? It's a great thing to have some cover, hide behind whatever. Or you could paint some graffiti on there or a sign. It could be like a trail marker. I don't know. Useful little boulder. Magnetic boulder. Although, is it big enough to be a boulder? Yeah, I guess it is, because it's like 5 feet high. Like, what's the cutoff? When does a rock become a boulder? I can't tell what you're saying because I don't have Chris here to talk to me, but you have to just write something witty in the comments, and he'll come back and he'll laugh about it. Why do I have this here? Oh, this was, I think we already showed this is the dead snag topper, but maybe, I think Tyler was popping this in here so that I could throw it on the step stump crag to really make that look just cool. Oh, I can't wait till these pieces are in everybody's hands. And mine. I really just want to build at home for a week straight. Do you think I can do that? Like, can I, would anybody notice if I didn't show up?
Did you find a magnetic thing in here?
Kinda. I don't know. Wait.
Okay, because I went to the bin labeled magnetic accessories. It's completely empty because they're reorganizing all the sterilite.
Well, maybe we don't have any.
There's
you know what I don't have? No, we've got magnetic. I know I've got a secret stash.
It's around here somewhere.
I got the good stuff in there. Ooh, here's one that doesn't have a magnet yet. This is the this was the what was it? The something seal, the arcane seal.
Oh,
the
binding.
Seal of binding.
Seal of binding. Yeah.
Yeah. And this will have a magnet, but it doesn't currently. And so that'll sit really nicely on your boulder.
Catching up with the chat and had my second noob question of the day. What's with the 1x3 floor tile jokes? The 1x3 escarpment became an infamous piece.
1x3 is it's a hotly debated piece.
Yeah.
Did we show this guy? I think we did. The suspended perch, McGee. Yeah, right. And I showed. I think I didn't.
We did because you were looking. The point was you were using the rods with it.
And it wasn't long. The rod was too long, and
yeah, we didn't have any of the short rods.
Yeah. Well, here it is again. On its own. That was too long a rod.
It's upside down, Nate. That's what they're saying.
This?
Think about the perch. I have
no, so you can stand. You can stand. It's playable space. So you put your little. That guy can come sit on it. It's like a little miniature. So, but you know what? It's your. You could put it upright if you want. Spiky weird. Or you could. I mean, you can go sideways. You could do whatever. There's no rules.
Okay, that looks weird for sure. So that looks like it has like a dead side on the. Yeah. A stump lump clump, a 1x3, and a shimmer frond walk into a bar.
Oh my God, who is that? They're brilliant.
That's
Give him a job.
That's real. All right.
Real.
I need to figure out.
He told me. He told me it was real arete. It comes from.
Real arate?
Yes, it's Greek for like virtue or something.
Really?
Yes. Hey, we have to look this up now.
Huh? Yeah. Hang on.
Because I asked clearly my only way to communicate is on the Kickstarter comments. So that's right.
Arete real.
It is arete. Yeah, real arete. It's from the ancient Greek meaning virtue.
Is it two separate words?
Oh, and he's watching. Yeah, it's
he's
real
watching.
and arete.
Real arete. Got it.
Real arete. Not
Can we get that, Chris?
real
Innate
virtue.
sound effects machine. That's the new tech we're developing for KS8. It's just a.
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna get the shimmer frond too when I'm in there, just to show it off to real arete again. Look at this guy.
Question: on the Kickstarter campaign, why were snow paints look blacker and shinier than the factory-proof dark teal?
Wait, what?
Do they?
We don't have factory Wyverstone yet. Or do we? Oh, we have this.
This factory Wyverstone?
I don't know. Let's do a side by side. I think it's
I'll
pretty.
go grab one. Yeah, be right back.
I think it's pretty damn close. You have to grab the same piece though, so we can do an apples to apples. Oh, this is an awesome Nina. This is like classic Nina, like unsettling nature. This is the sorrow nest, the psionic succulent from the Shadowfell. And oh man, that thing is like, it's so gross in all the right ways. I love it. I love this guy. And it's big. Yes, evil orange slices. And it's got all these cool, weird textures on the side, and like super alien. We got this is exciting. This is the Archaean Compass, which Michelle put this together. It was inspired by, I think it was Chuck's idea, the Wheel of Pain from Conan. And so the idea is you put this on your table to indicate which way is north on your build, which I don't know why we didn't do one sooner. And everybody gets one of these. And man, it's got so much cool little detail. I want to make a necklace out of this, right? Like,
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah.
You could do that pretty well. Just like put it through the two holes on the top.
no, spiky bit, whatever. So
And man, you could probably also attach it as a steering wheel for a boat.
a giant boat, like that's a big. I mean, it's a 5 foot.
Well, it'll be a big
diameter,
ship. It'll be like a
5 foot diameter steering wheel, ship's wheel. Is it a steering wheel on a ship? Don't they call it like something? Isn't it like have like a nautical term, like mizzen wheel?
That's a great question.
Yeah. Something. Yeah, well, we'll have to put that on all our modular boats that we're making right now, secretly. But don't tell anybody. It's a secret. Whatever. If Topulus is here, don't tell him.
Oh, don't worry, he's here.
We have an armada that we're working on.
Chris, remember my comparison?
The
It's
USS
called a helm?
Topulus.
The wheel's called a helm?
Yeah, I'll be at the helm.
Huh.
Number 2, take the helm.
I thought the helm was like a part of the ship, not the wheel itself. All right.
I think it's where.
To be fair, I'm not educated, particularly when it comes to sailing.
I dropped out of high school and college, so.
That's all right. I at least finished high school. Man, I thought I was going to be a laser physicist at one point.
A laser physicist?
Yeah, I was really into lasers.
Hmm.
Then I found out the job was being alone in a room all day, and I don't know.
And so you did this instead.
So I decided to become a freelance editor because I didn't want to be alone in a room all day. And
you wanted to be alone in a room staring at footage of people talking, so you felt like you were.
Yes.
Get it. This is the saluting seraph. Had delicious flying wings. I need something to plug the pole accessory in.
Do we have
so
any
we
of the pole
can see.
accessory pieces?
I don't know. I'm gonna put it on the list of things. We got that. We need a shimmer frond. Yeah, we'll get there. We get these big boys, end caps, which are, man, what beautiful pieces of geometry these are. So the idea here is these guys can cap off. If you're doing a run like that, you can cap off a run that way. You can put them together and cap it off. Like, yay, you can transition if you want to be offset by 1 inch. Say if you're using that great 1x3, you can do this thing. This fits the spires on it nicely. It also takes, it's got paired peg holes, so it takes a natural bridge. This one's got vertical rod hole in there for suspending your drift stone or whatever. Huh, what?
Nothing. No, I was just remarking.
Yeah, these things are, you put 4 of these together or 2 of these in a thing, whatever, and you can make a really cool hill, like a little, like a freestanding scatter hill thing. Like, yeah, these guys are, you can't have enough of them.
No cap.
Cool end caps. Oh, with the 1x3, they become a full-sized, right? If you put this plus a 1x3, it's a full-sized corner. Yeah, so many uses for these things.
Will the rod hole fit the plugs?
It's annoyingly the diameter. I think the plug hole is a 5.5 millimeter, and no, or 4.5 millimeter, and this is 5, or this is 6 millimeter, and those are 5.5 or something. I don't know. It'll fit, but it's slightly loose because it's off by 0.5 millimeter.
Just got your first Dwarven Forge in the mail. You love the Red Rot Rune set. Oh, your first order was the build of the month? Awesome.
Welcome aboard. Who is this?
That's a pretty good. GPRKRN.
What? That's a lot.
There's no vowels in there. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's Polish?
I'm going to call it...
A lot of consonants. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the Dwarven Army. That was Dwarven Army without any vowels.
Nice.
Yeah, see what I did there?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is a fun one. We have, oh, I got this too. I got another pole accessory. This one's crooked, but I gotta get the pole. I gotta get a pole accessory. This is the Mana Stave.
Great Pumpkin Real Killer Registered Nurse. Thank you, Subtalent.
Subtalent's the best. Yeah.
Nice.
Subtalent. I was just telling Chris about hanging out with you at the Ennies with your son at Gen Con.
They got some of the little details in there. It's nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. Woo. All right, so now here, this was so we had previously on the Anvil, we had Crimson Claw Wyvern, right? Ah! She's awesome. She's killer. She's got 6 eyes. But, look at this. Oh, she's front. No, she's front heavy. Oh, we're going down. Unstable. So.
Oh, is that the old one? That's the old one.
This is the old one. Right? So, because the hole was too far back. So, what we've done, this is one of those cases where we had to reject it. New hole, new wyvern. Same wyvern, new hole, as they say. Look at her. And now, whoa, turbulence, I'm still upright. Oh. Right.
Don't you hate when turbulence makes you trip and fall on your face?
When you're a wyvern, yeah, it's bad. She's supposed to be a creature of the sky. So anyway, now she stands up. Also, she's slightly cocked askew, right? So she's not dead on, which is more true to the art, right? So it's a little more dynamic and exciting, and yeah, she's gonna be awesome.
It is really well balanced.
In fact, I used this unpainted test shot in my home game this weekend.
Oh, I can't wait to see the paint.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I try not to use unpainted minis, but I was like, you know what? I needed the Hobgoblin Warlord needed a mount, and I was like, he's going on the wyvern. Worked out well. They killed that wyvern.
Will there be a plug for the wyvern? No.
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 No, the wyvern has a stand. That's also future forward for Combat Riser flight stand, modular flight stand. So
Oh, yeah,
bottom of this, he's got the 4 little.
If you guys remember that from
4 little divots. Toby's got wheels within wheels. So it's going to be the future. The future's coming. Yeah, so she's ready to go onto our flight stackers someday soon.
Does the stand come off? Yes, it does. Yes. Everybody was remarking how the hole in the original wyvern was more anatomically correct.
Well, how do you know what the wyvern anatomy is, I ask?
True.
Because,
You're just making yourselves look foolish, honestly.
Yeah. This is actually... Anyway. But true wyvern anatomy from my... look at this. Who knows what this is? It's an inchworm.
Finally, the stone worm.
It's a bridge. The stone worm. The stone worm that shall not be. Where did I put those pegs? Here we go. So this...
Dwarvenite banana.
This is a little lizard. Lizard. So let's put this guy on a.
Oh, yeah, I guess we can actually mount him on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you should work on.
I have some pegs. Tell you what, the paired pegs make me really like our new biscuit system.
Yeah.
Well, these things are easy to lose and kind of a pain.
The biscuits are a little harder to lose.
Dude, the biscuits are where it's at. I really can't have biscuits soon enough. So let's see. We could stick one in. Oh, this. Where will I have? Oh, I have this. Thanks, Tyler. I was thinking, pegs. Put our bridge on there. Put a bridge. Boop boop. Boom. Who doesn't want to do that? You fly your wyvern in, your anatomically correct wyvern. We should ask Crystal because she understands wyvern anatomy.
I don't know if we want to maintain a working relationship.
You don't.
We might not want to.
Okay, fine. Just, bridge. We got a bridge. And it works. It's very exciting. In fact, we can lift.
That is really sturdy, actually. Yeah.
We got a pine tree or a conifer. See where? Oh, is it coming off? Is it coming off? Yeah. Look at that. All right, so we have one last one.
And then we got to do the two special things.
Yeah. What are the special things?
I
had to go back and get the
Wyvernstone comparison, and then putting the tree next to. And I guess getting a.
And trees and get some scrimmage. Look, it's log. It's log. It's big. It's heavy. It's wood.
It's log. It's log.
Man,
you know Lump, right?
What?
You know Lump, right? The
No,
song.
Lump.
The song by Aqualung. No.
I know Aqualung by Jethro Tull.
Or wait. Yeah, I think at the. Yeah, who did Lump?
The Presidents of the United States of America?
It's not Presidents of the United States of America. I don't think it is.
It's Lump. It's Lump.
It's Lump, yeah. It's that. Is it POTUS? It is POTUS. I don't know why I got. Yeah, that was bad.
Heard.
Yeah, that was very good. Yeah, that's the song I was thinking of. It is POTUS. Let's see.
This is this.
It's a good looking log.
Another Nina classic. Woo. Yeah, and also big log, right? No.
I think that was the thing. Somebody, when they saw the photo you put on Twitter, they were like, "Oh, I didn't realize that was so much larger than the log from Plikestone." Yeah, no, it's.
Oh, it's like 5 times, 10 times the size of Plikestone. It's like my hand. Like it's big log. It'll be fun to paint. All right,
it's
so
big. It's round. It's wood.
it's kind of heavy. It's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the escarpments thing to put that in.
And then Wyverstone comparison. Those are 3 things, right? We're getting the straight escarpment.
Can you still hear me?
Wyverstone between factory.
I guess you
office
can't.
paint.
I can't hear you if you say that you can.
Is he
hear
talking
me.
to himself? Hang on.
But maybe I should just have like a. Should I still?
He's talking to himself. Hang on.
I don't really know any jokes. What was I looking for? Trees and escarpments. Tyler's too organized. Wait, we must have. Oh wait.
And they said, that's my dog. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what you doing?
Just talking to the chat.
Cool. Tell any jokes?
Yeah.
Good. Oh. Hey, it's Dwarvenite.
Hey, I think that's the one he dropped.
Yeah. Hey, look what I found. Reality. Dun, 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 dun. That's me, Shimmerfront. Take me in. Look how big the Shimmerfront is, though, while we're speaking of it.
It actually is sizable, yeah.
Yeah, he's bigger than a spine devil. He's, you know what? It's like, it's a third of a Hellgate, I think.
So that is approximately, it looks closer to 25%. Well, okay, so do you go up to the top?
Yeah, you go to the top
spike on
spire.
it?
It's just like the Empire State Building or whatever. Yeah, so it's about a quarter. You're right.
Okay.
So it's a quarter of an HG. It's a big unit of measure. So we get here. I got mounds to stick our little pole accessories in. This one, the pole is mounted crooked, so it'll straighten out, but don't you worry. Good.
Look at that stuff. One standard Hellgate. Hellgate is now math. That's the thing. That's how we get around. That's how we get away with telling people there's not going to be any math. Is we just don't use any standard units of measurement.
The saluting seraph, Michelle put a veil on her, and you could see it. She's got like, she looks like a flying ninja. It's pretty awesome. You know what I was realizing in the other room? I don't know if you could hear my mic or not.
No, we could.
Oh, good. Well, good. Well, did I say anything cool? No. I realized we must have shown. We must have shown the conifer because we have a paint sample. So.
We have a paint sample, but we got the.
No, I don't know. I think Tyler was pulling a fast one. You know, that Joker.
Trying to make you look foolish by showing off extra pieces.
Yeah. Joke's on me. So here's to put some scale. Although it's kind of cheating because they're on things. But here's slink root. Can you even see anything? I can clutter a table in under.
You really can't. The Hellgate's a little bit in the way.
You're a little in the way.
Oh well, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What do I need a board. Wait. Aha. Look at this. Does that do anything? No.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
At black test shots on a black table, maybe not the. I just want to.
You stick the wyvern in that hole connected to a rod. No, I think they're different sizes, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be. Not
You
that
could
hard.
probably do some crafty stuff with your rods to make it work.
I want to see it. The
Yeah.
crafty stuff. All right, here, I'll put some red. Now we're talking. Now this is the business.
Scale of Wildlands makes me happy. Yeah, I think that's one of the things people had a hard time visualizing during the campaign was like, compared to most of the stuff we made, this is larger.
It's absolutely massive. It's outrageous. People should be. It's going to make the city seem small. I don't know if this made it easier or harder to see things, but here we are. So I was showing the size of the.
Is that the slink root? Yeah, that's a slink root.
Slink root. Here is.
We're talking about Doctor Who in chat for some reason. I don't know what got us on that.
Doctor Who's in chat?
Doctor Who's in chat. Which one? I don't know.
This is the Quildren. It's the Regal Rowan.
Okay, that's about half a Hellgate right there, it looks like.
Yeah, maybe even 2/3 the standard HG. Okay, yeah. We got, this is the Big Old Dead Tree. I think it had a better name than Big Old Dead Tree, but that's what it is. If it was on a stump, it would be about that high. Oops, that doesn't go there. I don't know. Poor Tyler. Here's the little willow. Ooh, black rot. Purple blackroot. Here's the small conifer. We got a lot of trees. I'll tell you, once Wildlands lands, we will have an unbelievable, like the selection of trees is going to be really good. Here's the willow.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of variety to this forest.
Oh, it'll be fantastic. And then people are going to do autumnal paint schemes and all sorts of whatnots, as it were.
Please keep them in stock. That is our intention. Our intention
we're not making any promises.
But we're trying to keep as much of it in stock.
Yeah, but there's no way. Like, there's too many. It's not like it's too many pieces. Like it's too many different pieces, too many big pieces, too many different molds. Like there's no way we'll keep it all in stock at once. That is why you back the Kickstarter, so you can get stuff in stock. We'll do our best. Obviously, we want to, but like there's going to be long stretches where a bunch of the stuff's out of stock.
Okay, so we did the tree comparisons.
I got the
tree escarpment, and then we should do
trifectas.
the Wyverstone comparison.
Wyverstone. Oh yeah. Look at that.
I don't know what the Shimmerfron's doing.
Real Arate is watching. It's for him.
All right. Well,
this is basically just how a build of one shoot goes. That I just.
This is the entire build. It's like 2 pieces and a Shimmerfrond.
And it's going.
A solid night of D&D of you just annoying your players.
Yeah.
Just a bizarre.
I think that I prefer the term entertain, but you know. All right, so those are the ledges. This. All right, let's look at the. All right, here we're gonna play a game. You ready? You know what the game is? Any guesses? No. Well,
right.
the first game is get the peg out of the
Yeah.
thing without a pair of pliers. I mean,
Before we
I'm gonna do the comparison, the A to the B.
Yeah.
Before what?
I'm keeping the camera off so nobody can
cheat. Okay.
Yeah, nobody can see you juggling around.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, do your sleight of hand. Let's go. All right.
All right, it's gonna be a 3-card Monty. Let's place your bets. Place your bets. Let's see. We got.
I'm gonna make a poll for it as well, actually.
Okay. Is there any way to tell? Yeah, depends on the angle of the camera.
Which piece is the factory paint? Left, right. Right.
Okay, we ready? Let's see. Oh wait, we want to see these things, right? So, okay.
Yeah.
We have to go a little wider.
Yeah. Okay. Start the poll.
I can maybe even, for fun, should I get a, let's get a Luma Cube. A little more extra light. Blast. You can really see it.
Yeah, left and right, in this case means looking at the screen, so.
Wait,
Yeah.
so is this the...
That's
is
the
this
left,
the
what you're pointing
left?
right there. That's the left.
This is the left, and
Yeah,
this is the right.
That's the right, yes.
Okay.
So yeah, which is which?
All right, and does somebody get a... does somebody get a prize? Do we...
Okay, I don't know how we would do that. 'Cause we've had multiple people saying
Okay, fine.
the same ones.
I guess with only 2 answers, half the people might get it. Right.
Hoppy Hippo said both.
Oh, they get
That'd be
the
a real
prize.
fast one.
They
We
get
just put
the-
two.
Yeah,
we
just put 2.
just put 2 prototypes down.
Hey, who did I send that giant case of unpainted passages? I wonder if they got it yet.
That went to Yak.
Yak.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're in the UK and sent it to their sister in Florida.
They're in Canada, so their sister's
Okay.
gonna forward it. I'm sure she's got it by now, so it's probably been forwarded to them.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what the
Well, the fact there are no holes leads me to believe it's the left.
There's holes in.
There's holes in both of them, isn't there?
Yeah. They're just hard to see.
Yeah. There are holes in both.
There's holes in everything. Who ready to reveal?
I mean, yeah, it's like a 2/3 split, so I'd say it's probably not gonna change from what it's at right now.
Yeah.
67% say the right, 33 say the left.
And they were trying to guess which one?
Which is the factory paint.
Yeah, the
So I
right
think
was
the
the right
factory's on
guess. Yeah, this is the factory.
Perfect. All right.
This is a test shot.
2/3 if you get a gift card.
Oh boy.
No.
But it's if you get close, it's like it's almost like, to my eye, it's almost identical.
It's at least still looks good.
Getting close. There's slightly more sheen in the in our paint.
Yeah.
Right? It's a little, it has a brighter reflection when the light hits it.
I think it's because we're literally using different materials.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't use the same paints. It's pretty spot on though. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I think that's everything Wildlands. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah. Anything else we need to? Let's see. Thought we were picking which one wasn't the factory.
Oh.
It says which piece is the factory paint right there in the poll. Let's see. There's a shade difference in the camera that might not be visible to the eye. It's possible. They look very close. Like there's definitely is a difference.
I can see the difference, but it's pretty close. Our version is slightly more saturated, like just a little more Papa love. But
will you all do a painting tutorial on Wyverstone? Yes, we're going to. So the reason we haven't
says the guy who doesn't have to do it. This is my kind of promise.
The reason we haven't done the painting videos yet is because since we are still doing the paint tests with the factory, it's possible that things might have to change.
Well, we also don't have unpainted. We don't have a bunch of final unpainted versions of these things, right? Like we don't have all this stuff.
The main thing is like until we're actually all the way through approving the paint from the factory, we're not really going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure that we don't want to put out a video and then have stuff change.
Well, also you don't need it until you have the stuff yet, conceptually.
Our goal is to have the videos out by the time that you guys have them. Let's see. Show more Wildlands?
We have more coming. Next week we'll have more coming.
Oh, and you know what? Yeah, EX waiting for the borders to open to.
We'll do some big. We'll do some big unboxing when we get. Yeah, we got Wildlands fun to come, but
looks like the Wildlands question is the inevitable.
When's it gonna ship?
Yep, that's exactly it. Yeah, like if we're still anticipating the same thing for delivery.
Yes, we don't know. Like the straight honest answer is we have no idea until they're done. We haven't approved all the test shots. They haven't finished casting, so we don't know. Until stuff's on the first batch is on the water, we're not going to really know. And even once it's on the water, there's going to be the variables are there. You know, sometimes the trip could take up to an extra week. Sometimes customs can hold the stuff. Did I ever tell the story about the lizards and the customs? You know.
Yeah. Well, it's the thing that we experience with the
sometimes the warehouse, like whatever, getting from the dock. Sometimes it gets stuck on the dock. Sometimes it then doesn't get to the warehouse. Sometimes it takes there's a backup at the warehouse. There's 2 other containers in front of them, and blah, blah. Sometimes they can't receive it. Whatever. There's so many variables.
And also, just like since COVID happened, there's just been a lot of it's stuff that we experienced with stuff we were shipping and like fulfilling last year. Was we would have things just get held up in customs for ages.
If I was gonna guess, our shipping to China has been a lot slower.
Yeah.
Too. If I was gonna guess, I think the first wave of stuff is gonna hit the water in July. That's my guess. What do we know?
We don't currently have a way to late back Wildlands. No. So
what? Oh no.
Somebody who just found us is wondering if there's a way to late back. So the way our production process works, the Dwarvenite process, the whole thing, like they have to have the final numbers in a while before we fulfill, so that they can decide like the order of all the molds and everything. It's a bit more complicated than standard resin casting.
Well, and it's 250 something SKUs and 300 sets or whatever the final. Like it's a while. But here's what you can do. You can camp the website when we release the stuff onto the web store. We'll give you ample warning on that, and you can jump in and back the next Kickstarter, so you can guarantee best prices and availability. But other than that, oh, and you can. No, I guess it doesn't get you Wildlands. I'll say you can watch the show and maybe win something, but that doesn't get you in Wildlands.
Please consider creating resin cast of everything, even at a higher premium cost. Then we could buy them, we can make them. It's a whole setting up another production area would be.
We can barely like. We've bitten off more than we can chew as is. We can't add more. Doing all these in resin would be a whole nother. We're already stretched too thin.
Mm-hmm. Are the resin pieces shipping at the same time?
Yeah, everything's gonna ship at the same time, dice and all.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I want to see those dice samples. It reminds me, I gotta nudge Die Hard.
Asking you another question you can't answer. When do you think the KS13 will launch? 2026? 2027?
That's 5 more KSs.
Yeah, because we're going up on 8, so that would be it's technically the 6th from now. 2027, 2028.
I'd put a year buffer in there for fun.
2029? Before 2030, probably.
By the end of 2030.
By the end of 2030.
Well, yeah, but what if we do a Kickstarter that's not a terrain Kickstarter? Does that count?
By the end of 203X.
Like, does that count? Or what if we do 2 Kickstarters in a year? Do the numbers count? Like, I don't know.
That is true.
Yeah, that's a good question. It's not. It's not Sits. It's my favorite kind. Let's do the giveaway and the fan. Fan build,
let's do the giveaway.
Then, we can look at some Hellscape.
All right, everybody. The way these giveaways work.
How do they work?
We're gonna give you a keyword, and everybody is eligible to win. If you are international, we can only do a gift card. We can't do physical products. If you are local, we can ship you a starter dungeon, or you can pick a gift card. It's a $50 gift card.
By local, you mean
in the United States. Yeah, it's United States. You can choose between a gift card and a starter dungeon.
You don't have to be here in Brooklyn.
You don't have to be, yeah. If you're not in walking distance, we're not giving a physical product.
You know, we talked about doing a Dwarvenite Bazaar in the parking lot behind the building.
Oh, people!
Like,
every
people would
time.
drive down and like, you know, just like throw out some folding tables and like just like a yard sale of Dwarvenite out there. It would be,
Man, every time we've talked about that, people have said like, "Yeah, I'd do it. Like, I'd show up to get like Dwarvenite by the pound." Yeah.
Yeah. We should tell Jay.
Let's see.
Would,
what's the word today?
Ooh, keyword. What is there a running theme today? What do we?
We're showing Hellscape stuff.
What's going on? I'm looking around for an answer.
Looking around. XLR cable.
Dado light.
Dado.
Rainbow
Quasar.
light. LED. Microphone. How about? Can it be best viewers ever? Because we have the best viewers ever. That's what I'm thinking.
Woof. How about barf?
Barf?
Yeah, why don't we
all
just
right,
do
it's barf.
No, it's best viewers ever. I put in best viewers ever, all one word.
Perfect.
It's not case sensitive.
Chris, we have the best viewers ever. We were just talking before the stream. Finley Shards has been subscribed for 15 months. That's
Subtalent's been subscribed for 12 months.
At tier 3, Subtalent's been subscribed.
At tier 3, true. So that's
dude,
sizable
because we have the best viewers ever. This is a known fact throughout the multiverse. Everybody knows it. So why not use it as our keyword? We have the best viewers ever. Period. The end. Good night.
Take off the lavalier.
I'm dropping this lavalier.
Drop it.
It's easy. You guys are awesome. They're like such good ideas, such good vibes, such good ridiculous bad jokes, like such good everything.
Genuinely.
Exuberance, passion, ideas, fun. You show up, you hang out and listen to us talk about nothing for 2 hours. You guys are the best.
It is really it is really a cool thing to think about. Like
and this rabbit burner.
And this rabbit burner. It's cool to think about the tangible. Oh, and there's Rabbit saying, "Can the best viewers spell the?"
Can they spell what?
I don't know. It just stops there.
Rabbit can spell whatever he wants.
Rabbit can type whatever
He's a legend.
He's automatically entered. He should say. No, it's really cool to think about like the tangible impact people had on Wildlands. Like not just by like backing it, but the fact that we've got the Paint Master for a piece that was like Knighthood suggested the moth that's on that piece.
Yeah.
Like that is a
Finley
viewer
Shard
piece.
said, "Hey, where does the fire
can't-
elemental myrmidon come from?" In fact, the fire elemental myrmidon came back. Well, actually, that was your fault. But whatever. We'll give it.
There
to
were
the
a lot of people
viewers.
pushing for it. It wasn't just
Yeah.
me.
No, you were speaking for the viewers. So we had all
Yeah.
sorts of ideas and insight and tweaks. And you know what? The heart of pledges came from viewers, right? Some of people's favorite pledges, the heart of the forest, heart of the wild, heart of the swamp. Those came from you guys. Like all this good stuff came from viewer feedback. So it's
So who most typed in surfer? Best viewer server?
best surfers
Best
ever.
viewer sewer.
That's our
Imagine the
new
audience
sewer
would poll if you talked about modular ships for 2 hours. Then Conversing replied, "You're gonna have to keep imagining it." Yeah, no, it's really. I'm so excited for us to get the Nexus in here. I can't wait to see that piece.
We haven't seen the whole knoll. We haven't seen the top of Titan's Tooth. We haven't seen the Oblivion
It's
Nexus.
true. We've had the base for a bit.
Yeah, we haven't seen like the fancy
getting-
nonsense. We haven't.
They've been
seen
getting a lot of the bread and butter
Sporeclaw.
out of the way, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's roll this. Oh wait, should we do the fan build?
Oh yeah, so the fan build. We got a doozy today. Let's go.
Do's we?
Doozy. This is a build from Dragos. He got the Fog Monster too, and so he went like all out. Like yeah, he's using like the Fog Monster to really like lay down some
Wait,
stuff.
he's got the resin out there.
Oh, he's got everything. Like the
He's
sheer
got
level
multiple
of this build
colors.
is
Is that
wild.
an Elder Brain? What's going on? This is an onslaught of the senses. It's sideways.
Oh, that's
He's gone
a
crazy.
vertical. Yeah, that's a vertical
Yeah,
picture that turns sideways. Whoops.
Okay,
It's not supposed to do that.
this. The
light. I think what I love about fog is when you put light through it. Like look at the way the light plays with that fog there.
yeah,
Ah, that's so good.
it's amazing.
Sizable build. It's very, very good. Dragos consistently puts out just like really impressive builds.
Yeah,
Man.
it's really, it's awesome. Oh, that's their Fog Monster piece. I have to open up my Fog Monster books. That's the one that got me.
Yeah, look at that. God, the way that it's catching the runes on the on the talons is great.
Look at that. He's got foam core risers as floor. Genius. Next to resin, like double stacked. Like he's got the Den of Evil passages there. Like it's just
Got some sci-fi in there too. Fog me sideways.
And you know what's in there? Did you see the Wall of Force? That thing
Yeah.
never gets old. Yeah.
The Wall of Force is a really cool thing. When you're messing with
Class act.
light and fog, like the Wall of
Class
Force
act.
works really well with it.
Yeah.
Is it just me or is half the screen cut off?
Could
That
be
should
just
just
you.
be you.
I don't know. I
It
blame
should
Chris.
be. It should be.
He cut himself out of this so we could just like.
I did
We
it so that we could get because all of his pictures are such wide angles that I went to
He kind
the.
of fit in the lower left.
I went to the. If I went to the usual screen we were doing, it would. I'd have to either
those
cut off the
his
pictures or I'd have
were-
to make them really small. So I went with this
Oh,
one.
with doors in there. It's just awesome.
Yeah. Man, Hellscape in pictures. Say what you want about Hellscape. Like, it is one of the most visually impressive things that we've ever made. It's so cool to look at.
Flight of rocks.
And I guess we are going to say whatever we want about Hellscape. That's the point of this episode.
Oh yeah, we should talk about some Hellscape.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to it right after this. You saw the original foam mock-up of the Oblivion Nexus? I'd love to see it again. It'd be really cool to actually compare.
Why don't I when we drop it in when we bring
When
in
we get the test shot, we'll bring out
yeah.
the foam and be like, we went from this to this.
I wonder, do I have the?
That original Nexus was gigantic.
It was outrageous. It was
Yeah.
stupid, stupid, awesome, but stupid. I did the first one on stream and got halfway through and didn't work, and then spent the whole next day doing a new one that was even bigger. And then CMS was like,
Forget this.
they're like, you guys, they're like, they didn't even know what to say. They're like, can you break it into smaller pieces so that they're like, we don't even
Well,
like.
I remember your original idea for it was you had all these different pieces of foam and you were like, yeah, it's gonna like you're gonna have like all these different pieces.
Yeah, it was.
We'll roll the giveaway when he gets back. He's not doing anything fun this time. Man, he's got some loud shoes. He's got some very loud. But yeah, love this Weeping Angel. Yeah, the Weeping Angel is really, really beautiful. what's CMS? CMS is our factory.
Boom.
I think.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the original Nexus.
It's about 8 by 8 ginormous monstrosity. So this was like these were bridge. That was paired pegs for a bridge there. Paired pegs for a bridge there. Paired pegs for a bridge there. This one was 38, so this would like an elevation block or whatever go up against this. This was 2 inches so that escarpments could go up against this. This was the regular height of like stump lumps. This fit this ruptured talon or the twin spires of Wyverstone. I can't remember what that one was called. Had pole holes here, vertical rod holes here, horizontal rod holes here and here for hanging off.
It's not just massive; it also has so many features in it.
Oh well, this is the best part, right? So it pops out. This pops out, and this is the actual like Nexus, right? So it could fit a fogger and light puck inside there. Like there was spaces for that. And then, or you could do it without, or you just put like a terrain tray under there for just like a crazy gaping maw. It would take the circle from from
Hellscape,
the soul cage and the circle. Any of our insert bits would fit in here, right? So you could like.
Why was this not made again? It's simply way too big.
This both would have cost $100,000. It was something like it was stupid. Like you couldn't do it. Like it was. Yeah, it would like it'd take all that cool the runic circle that Michelle did, or the pentacle that Nina did, or like the snake thing. All the round toppers would fit in here, lights and just thing. Like yeah, it was. And the check this out. So then I can't remember all the crazy geometry I baked into this, but this was a big one. Was I made.
Like, can you do this as a $500 resin piece?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why the version we ended up making was much smaller.
It was designed to fit. You can see
didn't even know that.
The Titan's tooth top was designed to fit like perfectly on there. So then you could also then put Titan's tooth on. Like you could just like make the 9-scoop sundae. You could just keep building stuff up. It took the what were the other two of the stump lumps fit on here, or was it the step stump? I don't know. I had all basically all the different mounds could fit on this, so you could just keep building up from it. And yeah, it was a wild ride. This nooked. Look at that. So that nooked in there, so like you could fit that seamlessly up against it, and the other one fit against one of these sides. There was a lot of crazy geometry in this thing. I spent a couple of days messing around on a thing that never was. Where were all the things? Oh, this could. Uh-oh. The thing went dead.
No, it's still there. I have it in studio mode because I'm setting up something funny.
All right. Yeah, it was grand plans, but yeah, not practical.
Yeah, we eventually had to. We did make it. It's just much smaller.
It's a quarter of the size or a third of the size.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was a little aggressive.
But yeah, so we literally, Nate was crafting that on stream and talking about it because it was a piece that a viewer came up with, and he was working with foam, and then after a while he went quiet about it because then we wanted it to be like a cool reveal because it was supposed to be one of the big set pieces, and so then when it finally got revealed during the campaign, it was like a fun. Yeah. It's like a fun thing.
Yeah, you had drift stones hanging off those red things. Like, yeah, this was
showing us a 9-scoop ice cream and then telling us we can't have it.
Yeah, ice cream's no good for you. Well, we have the Oblivion Nexus we got's pretty damn cool, and
it is. It's one of the it's one of like the iconic set pieces of the Kickstarter.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to fly too close to the sun to realize. I don't know, to make an Oblivion Nexus. It's an adage. Yeah, this thing.
Yeah, if we ended up wanting to make that, we would have to somehow find a way to break it into several smaller pieces that could then
it didn't
combine
work.
into that.
Like none of them. I cut. I don't know if you see it. I actually cut it. Like there's lines. I tried cutting it into pieces. I think I did it on stream actually.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing. Is you were talking about. You're like, So it's a really cool piece. There's no way we can make this as it is.
Oh. So I don't know if you can see it. I forgot. This is stupid. So this was, I don't know if you can see, there's like little blue, see these like blue lines? There's like these swirling blue lines that are in light. It's really hard to see, but there's a whole series of swirling blue lines here that were going to be translucent Wirestone veins in here. So then you could illuminate, if you had the whole thing on a light panel, it would illuminate. And there was a floor, there was a 9x9 floor that this would fit on. That was, so the original floor for the, so originally the light puck was going to be a light panel, an RGB controllable light panel, 8x8 light panel. And so I was making a 9x9 floor for that had spirals built in, and then those spirals were going to line up with these, so you could build the whole thing on a light panel, and then you could illuminate, you could have a controlled like light shows that would run through the whole thing. And there's literally like veins of there were a lot of plans, there were a lot of dreams wrapped up in this thing.
It's so much for one piece.
Yeah, these were supposed to be like these curving ley lines of power, and they're going into each of the cracks as ley lines are feeding in, and there was a lot. Huh.
All right,
that was fun.
Let's roll this giveaway.
Oh yeah, we didn't do that yet.
No, we didn't do that yet, and then I got to show you something.
We're an adult on this show. Okay. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna roll this giveaway. Let's see who gets it. We got 88 people in, so
woo!
Knighthood.
Woo!
Hey, we were just talking about you. You put the moth on the.
You put the moth on the.
You put the moth on the.
On the coconut.
On the
put them all
you put the moth on the coconut.
This guy.
Mixed it all up. Cool. I'm gonna contact you. I think I might already have your email from. Because we had your contact because of the anniversary game. So I'll email you. We'll see if you want the starter dungeon or a gift card. I'll get a hold of you, and we will get that set up. Hey, Kodiak Bear, welcome. How are you doing?
Kodiak, we're giving you lots of love from here at home base.
Yeah.
HQ.
We're happy to hear you doing better. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right.
So I heard Kodiak couldn't do outgoing chat very easily or something, right? But could watch and enjoy, and so we're sending you lots of healing vibes, and hopefully maybe some laughter.
Speaking of which, Chuck has something to show you.
Hey, Chuck!
He made this while watching the stream. Let's go.
It looks like my fingers.
Oh, it didn't quite catch. Why isn't it showing? Let's see.
Oh, it's an invisible.
That's why.
Ninja. What?
Yep, he made this while watching.
Good.
Yeah, he's an artist.
What am I holding?
A drill? I think it's supposed to be a drill.
Yes.
Or is it a pen? It's like a marker.
I'm into that.
It's a marker.
Ooh, even better. I do like Sharpies.
You got your little dagger in the ground.
Yeah. Well, Chuck, print it up and send it over here.
Yeah, it's definitely a marker. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's got your look down 100%. Are you getting any royalties for Hero Forge?
The purple
just kinda
base.
Using your likeness.
Touch.
A purple base too.
Purple base, nice
yeah,
touch.
he's really got you nailed down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew had to base his character for his Neverland game off me also, so it's it's really.
That's not ZBrush. That was he made that in Hero Forge.
ZBrush. He just whipped it up in ZBrush while we're watching.
Couldn't do the necklace though. That's unfortunate.
Oh,
it's too small of a detail.
That's my
probably.
defining feature. That's all I've got. I mean, it's just like plain black and a necklace.
It's the one thing you wear every day.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Chuck, that's awesome. Send 10 copies to the office. Perfect.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about wanting a Nate mini. That's what they mean, right?
Would people buy, if we did the team minis, would people buy them? I just don't know if they'll
I feel like we've got a core of people who absolutely would, but there's absolutely no way to bring in new people with the team minis, I think is the thing. I don't think...
No, I don't think we're going to sell 3,000 of them.
Yeah, we'd have guaranteed sales
we didn't sell 3,000 basilisks.
I think we would have guaranteed sales to a couple hundred people. And then outside of that,
what we
there would
should
be
do is
no
we should
appeal.
do a metal. We should do a metal run because that's affordable.
It's fair.
A white metal. Can we cast in black metal? Just cause.
Probably. Everybody's shouting, yeah, yes, please. We'd have to have something.
Metal.
We'd have to have something to bring people in other than the team minis for that, right? Like, it wouldn't just be team minis?
Yeah, they'd be black metal minis. That's it. Like, that sells itself. It's like done.
Would we just do? So would we just do like Nordic themed or like, just like?
Yeah.
It could be fun.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Do a metal mini. Contact one of the many sculptors out there.
Yeah, we have sculpts. We just need to cast. We get Ironwind could cast them.
It's fair, yeah, because we've got team minis. They're just not for sale.
We have to do the rest of the team and do them in.
Have every team member pick their favorite monster and sculpt those too. Well, Nate and I would have to fight to the death over the pseudo dragons.
No, I'm picking Goofy as my.
Goofy?
Yeah.
Oh,
now that
we forgot to put that in the news. You watched Goofy movie?
I watched the Goofy movie.
Yeah.
I said, told Chris the Goofy movie had to walk so the Lego movie could run. He didn't think that was funny. But it's true. It's like,
right.
No, the story, it's interesting. Cinematic storytelling has come a long ways in the last 20 years. Like it's the particularly animated films are able to layer in so much, like, there's stuff for the adults, there's stuff for the kids, there's stuff for the little kids. There's like, it's pretty impressive what they're able to do now, and the amount of sort of rapid fire information that's buried in there.
Were either of your kids scared by the possum
Terrified.
amusement park?
They're terrified of the. Hawken was like, because it opens with a nightmare.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true.
He's like, this movie's scary, Dad. I'm out of here. I'm like, no, it's not gonna be bad. And he's like, no. And it took him like 15 minutes to come, and then he was just baffled because there's it's 90s. Like they're rolling in a TV cart, and they're like, why is there a big box with a TV on the front of it? No, that's not a box. That is the TV. They're rolling in. Schools didn't have TVs in every room. That was a thing.
And they weren't plasma TVs.
They literally had to pause it every 2 minutes to explain all these 90s-isms to them. They didn't understand any. Like they were just like why don't you just call the cell phone and get a thing? I'm like, there were no cell phones. They couldn't call the cell phone. They were in the.
Why are their phones so big? Why are they tied to the table?
There was just none of it made any sense. It was just like they're like, it might as well have been made in 1920.
Well, if you think that was very 90s, you need to show them the sequel that's based on the X Games.
Very goofy movie.
An extremely goofy movie.
Extremely goofy movie.
Man, there is a. That's a very good movie as well. There is a dance scene. There's a disco scene with a librarian that changed my life.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm here for life changing, but I get to watch one movie about every 6 months, so
That's
I did
fair.
the Goofy movie for now.
You chose the Goofy movie.
I chose the Goofy movie.
That's got to take you through the rest of the year.
Let's talk about Hellscape.
Yeah, let's talk about
Which is
Hellscape.
the main event. We're getting to it at.
That's the way this
8:30.
always. Whenever we have Wildlands stuff to show, it always takes us like a solid 45 minutes.
So Hellscape was a Kickstarter that we ran.
Summer of 2019.
Wow, it feels like it was longer ago than that.
No,
Right, summer of 2019.
Yeah, because it's when
And
my
it
friends
was
gave
an interim. There were a lot of factors in it. We were going to run Wildlands then, and we realized that it was going to take us a lot longer to sculpt all this wilderness terrain. And at the same time, we may or may not have gotten an inside tip that Wizards was going to release Descent into Avernus next. So we, one of the things we didn't do in Caverns Deep was lava. We specifically said, you know what, we were like, oh, we're going to do ice, we're going to hold off on doing like lava themed stuff because that really deserves its own set. So we'll do it right. So what we did is we took a bunch of existing Caverns pieces. We did a new paint scheme for them. Aaron and I worked really hard to figure out like really cool paint scheme for them, and then made some new pieces. And it was not a lot. It was 40 new pieces, I think, or something. Some cool dedicated magma pieces, and ran a Kickstarter for it. And it was awesome. It was really fun. It's probably the most visually striking set we've ever
Not
done.
just in the not just the pieces either, but like I remember like the lengths that we went to for production on that video.
Oh, that was fun.
Were wild.
Yeah, we had Miles cut out pieces of plywood to make stalagmites. That was really
we transformed that room.
We pushed the envelope.
We bought these black curtains to cut off
really
half the room to get rid of the light.
And so we could fill it with fog.
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking for my Hellscape, my journals. Remember last time we went through and we flipped through the journals to look at the sketches? I don't know where my Hellscape journal is, but I found this really good one that was this was I think this was Caverns Deep. I'm not entirely sure because it's not really labeled. It's just labeled notes. But it's
got the lava in it?
This page is titled 2 weeks until launch. All right, this is my to-do list 2 weeks before launch here. And it is number 1, compositions. So it's 2 weeks to launch, and I need to figure out what we were going to sell on the Kickstarter. Pretty good plan. Number 2, pricing. Also, something we probably should figure out about 2 weeks before launch. Pretty solid. Number 3, intro video script. Not the cut, not the whatever, the script. Intro video script. Number 4, intro video schedule. Also important to probably figure out the schedule when we're going to shoot the script that I'm about to write. And then number 5, need to speak to Endo about trees. I don't know what about the trees, but we had to figure out, because we were doing Dread Hollow.
Because that's your Caverns, right, because Dread Hollow was like a late reveal.
It was a secret thing at the end. We hadn't figured out the trees, or something, 2 weeks before launch. Then also, this was a funny little bottom notes. Video outsource. Sonic, which is Sonic Union, that does audio mixing. Battle Bards, they were going to do music for it, and Liam and Matt. I don't know what I was going to farm out to Liam and Matt, but I had on my list of 3 things I had to get Liam and Matt to do some video work for. Oh, yeah,
maybe they're gonna have maybe they're gonna film some for like cameos.
It might have been the voices for. They did voices in the stop motion.
Well, because Liam did voice for Wildlands too, right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah, Liam is the rat folk, the rogue. He's like 6 voices. He does almost, and Matt is the voice of himself getting decapitated, which is really funny. But yeah, so I couldn't find the Hellscape, but I found those little nuggets of. We've come a long way.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Now that
we're so much more prepared now.
2 months before launch, we can change it. It'll be it's a little better. But yeah. All right. So Hellscape was 2 weeks before launch. So the big challenge on Hellscape was lava wants to glow, right? So this is what we had the olden days. This was where the bar was previously.
It's the KS2 lava.
Yeah, which initially it looked really cool, and then it looked pretty repetitive once you put a few things out and whatever. But I have a bunch of it. It was neat. It had to walk so that Hellscape could run.
Much like Goofy Movie and the Lego Movie. People are shouting cheese and cheddar in chat, which I'm gonna choose to believe that cheddar is a Goofy Movie reference. Oh yeah, what did you think of Pauly Shore's character?
Wait, he was the AV guy.
Yeah, he was the.
Oh yeah.
He was just there to do 90s catchphrases.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean that's the 90s in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So this was our previous Hellscape, but I was like, we got to make it glow. So our original plan was we were gonna put. Man, I was gonna try and do a speed build today. That's not gonna happen.
Unless speed is like 5 minutes.
Yeah. We were gonna put. So the original plan was going to put LEDs in everything, right? So every piece was going to have a minimum of 1, maximum of 3 LEDs in it. Turns out that was expensive, debilitatingly expensive. So then we're like, well, how do we light them? Got to light panels. Ended up making these DF light panels because there's light panels on the market and some pretty affordable ones. But they weren't the right size for what we were doing, right? It was always like, you were always either short or long, and they weren't the right height. So you'd be off by, an annoying amount of distance. So we made light panels that we could have be exactly 8 by 8, and we could chain together. Oh,
and they work flawlessly. You should probably plug it into the wall.
Turns out, electricity. Let's see if that does anything.
Electricity required.
Woo! Woo!
There we go.
So we made some light panels. And then the big challenge was figuring out casting color, right? So you could paint a thing, but then you illuminate it, and like, right? So originally it was like, well, I wish I went. I don't know if you know this. I have a hard time throwing stuff out, and I was like, oh, good, but we have all these old
Until you
test
decide
shots.
to ship it to a random viewer years later.
We have all these random test shots. I can show off the thing. I'm like, all right, where are those, Tyler? It's like, yeah, we just threw those out. Like, oh, this is why we don't throw stuff out. I'm like, I mean, we should have, but anyway. So we tried, like, I don't know. Toby messed around with like 8 different casting colors, and Aaron would paint up till we got a thing. We tried red, we tried orange, we tried yellow. We ended up with the optimal color was this cheese-colored yellow. It was slightly opaque, like so it wasn't totally translucent, so they could disperse the light. But the idea is this would be the hottest point, and this gave us.
Just out of curiosity, how does this look? Not bad. Okay. Good to know.
What does this give us? I should have prepared these pieces. So this gave us these results were exactly what we were looking for. Glowy, awesome, lava everywhere. Like, God, how cool is that? I was like,
Yeah, that blows out. Good to know.
Where are all of our lava rivers? I don't understand this.
Man, I feel like most of the customers are asking the same question.
Magma! I need more magma!
Yeah, we'll need to get some more for the office when we hit that restock.
And seriously, like, we don't have any magma rivers. I don't understand. We must. They're hidden somewhere. Where?
I think he was still figuring out how to put Hellscape into the archive, so it might just be set aside somewhere else.
But where? Where would you hide all the?
I don't know. I mean, some of it is in the build of the month right now.
I did no magma rivers. I did the Hellspawn Hollow that had a bunch of magma rivers, but there's no. Well.
Let's see how this looks. It's still pretty blown out. All right, well, let's just go to this.
Oh yeah, it's really blowing out that.
Yeah, the webcam's not having a good time with the light panels.
Yeah, so that's no light. It's light, like the magic of yellow, glowing yellow. Woo! What the heck were we gonna say about Hellscape? I don't know. I did not. So one of the big challenges for these magma rivers was they needed to be multi-directional, right? So he didn't know if was magma going to be flowing out of this floor in the wall or into it. I mean, with the lava fall, you knew.
I actually got a question about the lava fall.
What's the question?
How was the height of it determined? It's pretty big, especially with the upcoming Wildlands cliff height waterfall that's coming. Did we just go with what looked cool? Or
no, there was logic to it. I honestly can't remember. It was.
Is it something?
I think
is
it's
it like a
2
particular
inches.
amount of floor heights or something?
Yeah, it was.
Because the idea is that you're able
It's a very
multi-level
strange
with it, right?
height. I can't. It was. I think it's 2 elevation blocks high, and I don't know why. I can't remember why I chose that. I think it looked funny if it was a full 4 inches high, and this was a height you could achieve with 2 elevation blocks under a piece, I think.
Yeah. So the idea
that's
was
a really good question.
it's not quite 2 elevation blocks high.
It's 2 elevation blocks plus a floor.
Okay.
So that you could, I think just eyeballing it, that would be 76, or maybe it's just 2. It's 2 elevation blocks, yeah, plus 76. So it's 88. I think it's 88 millimeters high, which is 2 elevation blocks plus a floor. So that you could build. You'd put 2 elevation blocks down and a floor on top to go if you wanted to spill down below it. I can't remember. That's a really good question because I messed around with a bunch of different heights. The first one was 6 inches wide and only 2 inches high. And then
Is it plus a light panel under? Oh, is the idea that because you also have...
Well, you want it. You can do this. Like you can build in line with it, and it was. Yeah, I don't know. What was a? Yeah, it's 2 elevation blocks high plus a floor.
2 elevation blocks. Yeah, Topulus is confirming. He's saying 2 elevation blocks plus a floor equals the height of the fall.
Yeah, it's 88 millimeters. So maybe there's other better geometry options, but I don't know. That was the one. That was really good.
That's really needing shear walls to go on either side.
Well, we have the rising walls. So one of the things. So we had a pretty limited. We had a relatively limited scope to this thing, and the one thing we didn't do much of is elevation. Right? It's a pretty, as far as caverns go, like it's one of our flatter runs. We didn't do any of the kind of cool elevation-y pieces. So if we ever go back to Hellscape, that's like the first thing on my list is cool verticality and like things with lava spilling down in multiple areas, and like so some really neat, like take the existing, like take the cave cliffs and a bunch of those cave elevation bits, do those in Hellscape, and then have some really specific like magma spilling down madness, and you got something.
Speaking of elevation, people are wondering if we can take the escarpment test shots and put them next to the fall and see how they compare.
Yes.
Also, Mexicon's wondering how we decided on doing magma rivers before regular rivers. And I remember this discussion, and it was because with the magma, it's like a thing where it has like such a physical like raised texture to it that like it doesn't feel as negative space. I think it was part of it because like it spills up and over rock. And
so the reason we did, so I don't know if you guys can see this. This is 2 inches, and then this is an extra 38. Oh, so this is, so 88 is one full piece plus an elevation block, gets you to this height also. But then you'd have to, if you were putting a floor on, you'd be 1 floor up higher. But you could theoretically, I guess you sink this. I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird height. It's just for the lava fall. I don't know. Oh. The reason we did magma rivers was the underlight, right? Because this looks cool, right? Like that was the whole reason to do magma rivers, and the negative space. Most of the stuff in Caverns Deep was 2 by 2, and I don't think we did any, right? We had we didn't even do the 4x4 floor got pushed into Hellscape. The large banks that were 4 by base got pushed into Hellscape. I guess we had the Stairway to Violence, and we had a couple of the cliffs, but generally almost everything was 2 by 2. We really focused on smaller bits for Caverns Deep and got a lot more mileage out of banks than out of sculpted rivers. Whereas this lava, like because we needed to diffuse it, like you couldn't do it with an opaque terrain tray, we sculpted these because they were just going to look awesome. That being said, I was really excited, but we had some of our best terrain trays, and right, these terrain trays, the magma flow, love these things. And then in conjunction with the banks, like those lava banks, like you can do all sorts of cool stuff. And then we had the phantasmal filters. Right, this was the other wonderful byproduct. All right, we of having these light panels. I was like, well, what else can we do with these light panels? And these, glowing lava became a thing, right? Because who doesn't want glowing lava? Woo!
It looks better to the eye too than on camera.
Yeah.
Still looks pretty good though.
Where are the banks?
Let's see.
So then. Man, Hellscape was a fun.
It was a lot of fun. It's there's a lot of complicated thoughts and feelings around the model and all that, because that was like our first time doing a smaller offering like that.
Well, it was, financially, it wasn't a huge success for us in that it's a lot of work. I don't know, what did we clear? Like 1.3, 1.4,
somewhere
1.6?
around there. I think we didn't hit 1.5, I don't think, because I think that was the...
Was it 1.4? Yeah, so it's like, even though it was only 40 sculpts, the actual running a Kickstarter is a lot of work.
Especially the way that we do it.
Yeah. You could argue maybe there's easier ways to do it.
1.244 is what we got.
Yeah. So it's kind of it's not a great model for us in terms of, like, if you're only doing one in a year, that's not enough to float us. It would be great. I mean, the dream was that we would be a secondary, we do this and something else. Like, there's like, oh, well, we're like, 3 months later we can do Wildlands or whatever. But yeah, that didn't happen. But it was, but it definitely, it was a good learning in that we, it sort of showed us that we could do it. / if it had been Heaven and Hell or something, maybe not Heaven and Hell, but if it had
a second
something
offering,
else,
a second biome of some sort.
Yeah, if there was something else that wasn't as wildly specific, we probably could have. It probably would have been fine.
Seems like it wasn't small enough to count as small. Yeah, that's another thing, is our perception. We don't know how to not go hard on something. I think was.
Well, it was small in terms of it was only, 36 or 40 new pieces or whatever it turned out to be.
But our effort when it came to actually doing the Kickstarter was still massive. It's
still big, and all this stuff, all of it's just a lot of work. But we got foam core risers in there. They're super useful instead of having to pave stuff. I used to pave a whole bunch of things with just floor tiles, which is not efficient.
What would a heaven biome really entail?
A bunch of
doing like Mount Celestia or something.
Yeah, a bunch of cotton and
just cotton.
Just cotton.
Fields of wheat.
Just gently swaying wheat.
So I'm wondering what I like the idea. Yeah, it's definitely not like a developed idea. But yeah, just the idea of like having some kind of other pitch. Has Hellscape been more successful after the Kickstarter? Seems like it's always sold out in the store. Well, it's also because we haven't
restocked it.
We haven't actually done like a Hellscape restock. Because part of the thing is, because of the unique casting color of this, it's hard to just throw in like, then add a couple Hellscape sets to this restock run, because it involves like doing this whole. It's a complicated casting mix.
Well, it's just not Dungeon Gray. That's the problem. But the tricky thing about it was we ended up with like too much magma. There's too much lava everywhere. Like that was the thing I was running into the other day with Build of the Month, is that like there's just too much magma everywhere. Like it was, I realized like when we were building with it, the most valuable piece was just the plain flat floor, because you needed like playable space that didn't have lava, because it was crazy how.
I really like the spouted floor.
Yeah, well, that was a thing we that was originally a fogger piece.
Yeah, and you can mod it to still be a fogger piece, and you did on air.
These are facts.
Pulling out your drill on stream. Magma's not playable area. Well, it is for some characters. If you're
hardy,
if you're a bad enough dude, you can just stand in the magma and slug it out.
You shouldn't be able to.
You shouldn't be. It's still not ideal. Yeah. Floor is lava RPG. That's part of what it. So I mean, that's partially why we're doing. Why we decided to make Caverns Core with Hellscape, though.
So we're gonna do. We're still hammering on all that. So that's the question part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
This has turned into a 20-minute retrospective. What do you guys want to see cast in Hellscape, right? So we're gonna do right now. The plan is to do the Caverns Core and the Crooked Caverns, which is getting renamed the Advanced Caverns Builder. Advanced Caverns Core set.
I did see one suggestion that I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. What else would you guys want to see in Hellscape paint that would be cool?
They wanted to see the.
Because if we're gonna do it, we got to basically just do one big casting run.
Yeah, it's the most financially viable for us to do as much Hellscape at once as possible.
Don't say a boat in Hellscape.
Yeah.
Topulous.
Two people. Oh, dude, I love this. Yo, David Moffat and Dark Lord Fenrir. You guys, this is the piece that I told Jay. I was like, we should really do this when possible. They're saying Stairway to Violence.
Yes.
In Hellscape. That would be incredible. That'd be phenomenal in Hellscape.
Yeah, it would.
And someone was saying, yep, and it's coming up here too. The bridge would be cool. Doing a Hellscape bridge.
Yes.
The elevation blocks.
Well, it seems like some elevation would. I mean, we could reprint a bunch of the elevation. The only reason not to would be if we were going to do a Hellscape 2, like a Return to Hellscape. We could do a bunch of the elevation then.
Cliff pack. Elevation. Hellevation is a good idea.
Hellevation.
Because that is true. It's one of the, especially like, that'll make it easier to work with that lava fall, right? If there's more elevation options, it'll be easier to get up there.
Elevation is clearly the weakness of Hellscape currently.
Yeah. Oh man. Doom Boulder. Some people were saying Aaron Thor. I think right now we're just sticking to Caverns pieces. Although, is it worth pulling from stuff like Aaron Thor?
We don't have the bandwidth to figure it out right now.
Just focus on Caverns at the moment.
It's got to be like, if we're going to do one new thing, Stairway to Violence would be.
I think Stairway, yeah. Stairway is just like such a cool piece, and to have that. First off, I want to have it in all of the color schemes, but like.
Plus, let's say this was in Hellscape 2, and then we could put.
The pedestal of pain.
Well, that too, but you could you want to put the soul cage on top of that thing, right? Like, excuse me, that looks really good. That would be right at home in hell.
Oh, could you imagine that in the middle of like in the middle of just like a bunch of lava, just like have some Hellscape banks going up into the pedestal of pain?
Yeah.
And, like you have to jump across to that
just
thing.
This in lava, like just sitting in a bucket of lava. You put it on the pedestal of pain. Right, they're designed to have friendly geometry there.
Elevation is tricky because the Hellscape walls are basically normal caverns paint about 15 millimeters up. That's true. We'd have to figure out.
Yeah, we'd have to do some cracking, figure out.
We'd have to find like a cool way to make that effect transition.
That's a regret I had too. I wish we'd done them full
black,
or at least dark. Like different. So the idea was
not regular caverns.
Well, the idea was the magma was happening like right now, right? Like it was trying to feel like there was just bursting through the walls as you're speaking. Like this is just happening, right? That's why, because in like so there's things like, there's a rock on here, and this rock would have melted in real life. Right, liquid, right? It would be melting gum. But it's like, if it's just happening right now, it would still be there. So that was sort of one of the guiding principles. Was like, it's an active eruption that's happening this very moment. We wanted it to feel like it was kinetic. And so part of that was, well, then maybe the walls aren't even black yet because like the magma's just coming in and it's whatever, so they haven't gone full black. But we should have just gone full black, or gone really dark. Like the top, it could have had the gradient, but have the top be, ashen or something that was different than the regular caverns. But it was, it was too late. We were basically done when I kind of had that revelation. So it didn't work out.
You know what adding elevation options would do? It would make it easier to integrate it with Aranthor and stuff, and like have the effect of lava going down a mountain. If there were more Hellscape pieces, you could.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. Elevation is would be. It's kind of the obvious next, the other thing that we need.
Yeah, I think that's the.
Stairway to Violence is really.
Like once we have the core and the crooked caverns covered, it's like that's a lot of like the good.
That's all the building pieces.
That's like the bread and butter options covered. So then just getting some elevation in there, and then like just the Stairway to Violence is such a cool set piece, and then being able to have the natural bridge like over the lava would be rad.
Yeah. Well, and that would also help a little bit of the elevation if we had both those step pieces.
Yeah, they're not just cool pieces; they also offer elevation options.
Yeah. Yeah. So Bridge Pack and Stairway to Violence would both
the entrance
be.
riser.
Oh man, that would be
the entrance riser.
cool.
What kind of pack is that on its own? What is that?
Yeah, but we can make a new pack. We can do whatever. That would be a really good.
That'd be
right.
That'd be really
That's
cool.
or you put a wall in the back and it becomes a spot for a big throne or whatever you do.
What about the LED runic column from Ice? Dude, I want that runic column in every piece.
In everything.
Like, it's such a cool piece.
It really is.
Cliff Pack in Ice and Fire.
Cliff Pack and Ice would be fantastic.
It'd really help you pull off Kanya and stuff like that.
You want chasms, icy fissures
like it's
everywhere.
Because it's the whole thing with Kanya is it's like
It's just fissures, right? Like
yeah,
ice
this is
fissures.
not like you've got it's just like long flat areas and then just like a massive chasm and like it's all those towers because you have to like take the towers to get in and yeah. Is that the one with the big glowing like stone crystal? Yeah. It's a really cool piece. It's got like one of the best beauty shots I've ever taken.
RGB
I think.
LED, yeah.
Pillars of lava.
That would be cool. We're not talking new pieces right now. We're just talking.
Yeah,
reprint,
what
what would
pieces,
you print in Hellscape if you were going to print something?
While we're reconfiguring.
While we're dreaming.
New Hellscape pieces, like what can we pull from caverns and put in Hellscape for the first time? Because we're doing the core and crooked caverns, and then we're trying to figure out what else we want to include in that order. Because we want to make some other new pieces, I think, or not new pieces, but some other adjusted pieces. How do driftstones fit in a mold?
No idea.
Very carefully. We need Underdoom painted lava rivers.
Whoa.
Just make it blacklight reactive slime rivers.
Oh, I just dropped one of the little adapter clips, and they're so hard to find.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Magma rivers would work so well with waterfalls and lakes. Bye, Ryan Noir. Thanks for coming.
Bye. Good night.
Cast the pillars from original caverns in yellow.
Pillars from original caverns?
I'm not familiar with those pieces, honestly. Stalagmites. If we have further comments on this, where should we direct that feedback? On the Discord, I've been taking those suggestions in the suggestions channel. So I got a bunch there already, but the suggestions channel in the Discord is where I've been having people put their requests for Hellscape pieces. Would a cliff height lava fall happen? We wouldn't make a new lava fall. No, it's what can we do without sculpting something new? Which existing cavern sculpts can we make Hellscape paint schemes for?
That would look cool.
Yeah.
A la the
Tower batter base for transitions.
Is that rabbit?
No.
Let's
see.
Top is just gonna be like modular boats in.
Down the road, you should cast magma rivers in the waterfall color. I'm very curious how well we could sell. See, that's the thing is like magma and water do have notably different texture, and they move in different ways. So I'm curious how well that effect would actually sell.
You know what? Cavern's core in Hellscape is so what we need. Like we just need more basic building pieces.
Yeah, we focus on like, I mean, and you know, it kind of showed too. Like the magma rivers were by far the star of the show. Like, and we did that really, really well. But we didn't cover basic building blocks as well. What do you have that would look like lava pouring from the ceiling? Just a stream of lava coming down from an unknown place. Do we have any?
You know, it would be neat that the stalagmite cluster with all the pools on it, that was the resin one that we reprinted in Caverns. It's I don't know. It's like it's this really beautiful like fluted stalagmite that then has a whole series of pools underneath it.
How about the rising
It's really
passage
pretty.
piece
Oh, rising
to help
passage.
transition to the
Yeah.
light panels from normal caverns?
Yeah.
Because that takes you up a floor height, yeah?
No, it takes you up a elevation block height.
Okay, so you would need...
But it would be a good, or you could go down into the.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like
Down
the
into
more
the
I think about elevation options in here, the easier it would be to do just cool like pits of lava inside chambers.
Yeah. Do you like pits of lava?
This isn't doable, but I wish the lava fall was its own piece. I don't love the other two pieces. They're part of the magma river features, but a few of those would make for an amazing elevation build.
Wait, what was the? Oh,
what else is in that pack?
It's the exit. It's this thing. Well, this thing you need if you want to transition.
Yeah.
And then it's the exit. It's this goes out through the wall or in through the wall.
Right. Because yeah, the lava fall isn't sold by itself, right? No.
Yeah. Well, you'd want this. If it was just these, then you could do.
Yeah, they do work on their own.
Then
but
you
it's
can do
mostly,
something.
They're
One
kind of an
extra piece,
expansion
yeah.
set to the rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Thor Mountain and Hellscape would be dope. Maybe in the future, but currently we're just focused
Yeah,
on
that
caverns.
would be really cool.
If the caverns Hellscape, if the new Hellscape stuff sells well, and it's like, okay, there is like demand for this, it'll be easier to justify grabbing Thor and doing that in Hellscape as well. Pedestal of Pain is sold out. So Pedestal of Pain is actually put on hold because it's in the next build of the month.
No, just the
Caverns Paint
standard
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the regular one sold. The actual Hellscape one is sold out.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
if you're looking for the Caverns Paint one, that is on
But
hold.
a regular
because
this Hellscape paint one would be a really obvious. Like
we should do the Hellscape Pedestal of Pain in Hellscape.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
Go figure.
Double height stalactite column. Aren't caverns and Thor technically different scales though?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need some kind of transition.
You want to get all technical.
All the cavern variant sets need an Ice Catacombs Adventure set repaint. I think the adventure sets are something we'll get to after.
But the ice one had the runic column. It had that was a.
That runic column is so cool.
It is really cool.
It's one of the coolest pieces we have, and I almost never see it.
You know, the shame is too. Like Michelle carved all these little runes. Like it's hard to even see because it's a translucent LED thing. It's hard to see there's runes carved on all of those facets.
I bet it
of
would be
that thing.
I bet it would be easier to see with the Hellscape paint scheme.
Maybe, or if we put something, did a wash on it or something, so there was like some contrast. A dark wash in the cracks or something, so then the light is
Dude, yeah,
coming
because inset runes are kind of like one of the coolest features in Hellscape.
Yeah.
A lot of those pieces have inset runes, and they pop really well.
Yeah. You're onto something.
Is it in the next build of the month? Yeah, the Caverns paint for Pedestal of Pain is in the next build of the month. So it's been pulled from the store until build of the month goes up.
Yeah,
the Hellscape variant of it is just sold out, though. I'm sure we'll restock it when we get the Hellscape restock in, though, because it's a pretty...
Oh, man, we got to wrap this...
Oh, it's already 9:10. Wow. Let me see if
Does
there's
anybody have any final questions? We did the giveaway, right?
The LED basalt floor would be cool in Hellscape.
Oh, that would be cool.
What kind of pack is that in? Is that an easy thing to...
I don't know what the mold... It's the mold configuration is what matters. We can make a new pack if we have to. Like,
that's what I mean, is like depending on where it is.
You know, with the...
Because it was an Encounter 1?
If it came with the pentacle and the whole... If it came with the Encounter 1, like the setup...
That's a very cool... Yeah, I'm looking at Encounter 1 now.
Because also that pentacle works really nicely on the Pedestal of Pain.
If we could just offer the summoning chamber in Hellscape, that's a pretty cool entrance room.
Yeah. It's not nuts.
Yeah. Again, though, it does come down to the mold configurations. But
theoretically, Encounter 1 was made to be, like, there should be logic in that configuration, hopefully, conceptually.
You would think. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm not making any bets.
You'd buy the whole summoning chamber in Hellscape? Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Hellscape Basilisk? Get an unpainted one, and
We
that's
ha-
why I got an unpainted.
We have a bunch of unpainted ones.
I got at least one unpainted
Yeah.
of every mini from Wildlands because I want to try some stuff.
That's awesome.
I need to paint my my Fey Touch Cerberus.
You were the one driving those casting numbers up. That was good.
I think I legitimately ordered like a quarter of the total unpainted fire elemental myrmidons. I ordered a lot of myrmidons.
Let me turn these.
Hellscape Blink Dogs.
Yeah.
Smuggler's Cove in Hellscape. Dude, people love Smuggler's Cove.
It's one of the best encounters.
Look at those light panels.
That's crazy how much.
Yeah. It really pops.
Hmm.
Are you willing to say the June build of the month composition yet?
Sure.
I think we said it. Yeah, it's
Caverns Core,
Crooked
Advanced Caverns Builder, which is the rename of the Crooked Caverns, Pedestal of Pain and Standard Caverns Paint, Hellraiser. And then there will be a deluxe, which will have Encounter 1, the Crucible Chamber, and the cave entrance in Cavern Transition paint.
Yeah.
Literally looking at it.
Yeah, it's literally on the table right there. It was, yeah. Hellscape Will-O-Wisps.
Ooh.
Hellscape Cliff Pack to transition to normal Cliff Pack since it goes from black on bottom to normal on top.
That would be cool.
But that's one thing we definitely have to talk about is when we do paint up the elevation pieces, we're gonna have to think about what we do with the walls.
I don't know how to go up. That's gonna be a whole.
What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to put them next to the regular walls and find some way to make sure they cleanly transition.
Yeah, even like because the lava fall is dark.
It's black all the way up.
It's dark all the way up. The rising walls aren't. I mean, it's not killer, but it's
one of those things where like you kind of have to look for like if
we'll figure it out.
It's a weird thing to complain about, I think, but I get it.
Yeah, it's where people will complain about everything.
What was the build of the month cost, and is it available unpainted?
I don't know what the cost is, and I
think
I think we're doing it unpainted. We had a lot on the plate, so I don't know what. I
think the standard painted is $355.
Sounds right, maybe.
It's like $355.
I wouldn't quote it until.
I think
it's under 400, I believe.
Internet cut out. No, it says we're still going.
Oh.
Oh, do you mean your internet cut out?
Oh no. We should cut out.
We should cut out. It's 9:15.
We gotta shoot build a month tomorrow.
Is there a castle restock coming anytime soon?
No,
we have that reconfigured tower coming in a couple months. The rabbit special.
The rabbit special is en route, but otherwise no.
Castles are another hard one to restock. I wonder how Dread Hollow would look. Dread Hollow in Hellscape?
You're awesome, whoever you are.
Hellscape Rowboat. Hellscape Trees. I still want to see someone pair Unpainted Aranthor with Hellscape for elevation.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Dark.
What's the reconfigured tower? We talked about it.
It's a small watchtower. It's the 3-story, 4-inch diameter tower with little batter base, big matriculated battlements, and it comes in at like 160 painted or something.
A couple weeks ago, we showed all the reconfigurations, and so it's the episode called "Reconfigure It Out."
Good name.
Yeah, Rabbit Special is somewhere in like the back half hour of it.
It's the last.
It's the last one,
I believe.
Yeah, so we show off all of the reconfigurations there because we're doing reconfigurations of basically every biome to try and like help keep the store stocked. Yeah, Rabbit Special and the Chuck Special.
And we get the hamster specials in there. There's a lot of specials.
Yeah. Hellscape Sewers. We're sticking with caverns for now, but maybe later.
I love it.
There's a couple good ideas, though. Did anyone say Oblivion Nexus in Hellscape? It already kind of is a bit. Well, it's meant to be above the Hellscape.
I don't think we can... Actually, if we do it after...
I'm sure somebody will do a custom paint.
Yeah, with the glow, especially with the light puck underneath it.
Mm-hmm. My concern with it is if putting
awesome.
if putting like the rock for it in carbon black will make the Wyverstone not pop very well.
we'll make it red, or we'll make it something crazy. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
blue because it's in hell. Anything, there's no rules.
I
in
mean,
hell.
it's a big enough piece
I mean,
to have
there's
its own
all
mold.
rules,
It's a
but,
big enough
yeah.
piece to have its own mold, so it wouldn't be that hard to.
Wow,
Yeah.
that would be. And we got it once it gets
Purple rock in hell.
through the yes. Once we get through the Wildlands casting, that would be wild.
One thing at a time. 5 things at a time.
Oblivion Nexus in Hellscape is like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And you can stack it on top of your Stairway to Violence.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh.
All right. Well,
Put a bridge to it because it has. Oh, man.
thank you for
So
all the
many
great
options.
ideas, guys. We really ought to wrap this up.
Yeah, before we get in trouble.
Before we start
Too
making
late.
promises. Before we start making promises we can't keep.
So far, I think we've kept all our promises.
Yeah.
Right?
Sci-fi's
we don't
happening.
have sci-fi yet.
That
It's
was the hardest
slowly-
thing.
Slowly in the works.
Yeah.
Myrmidon out. I dyed my hair. What else?
We
was
even got the test shot of the Myrmidon. I can't wait to get the paint.
Yeah,
So excited to get the paint of the Myrmidon.
it's gonna be awesome. All right. Well, thank you, bestviewersever.com at dwarvenforge.com. Go buy it now. Thanks for everything. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for winning giveaways. Thanks for giving us
Thanks
ideas.
for getting free stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an important part of the ecosystem.
Important part of the ecosystem is when we give things away for free.
Yeah. It's crucial. Hamster Hobby Hang tomorrow night.
Hamster Hobby Hang tomorrow night.
I'll be on the Badgers on Saturday. We'll be back next Wednesday.
We'll be painting more Hellscape tomorrow.
Well, shooting Bill of the Month tomorrow. I'm very excited.
We should get Den of Evil and Dwarvenite. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff. It'd be
Yeah,
nice to
that'd be
bring back
cool.
from resin. Den of Evil, Realm of the Ancients would be really cool.
Catacombs.
There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff to do. But yeah.
But on that note, we are going back to the Anvil. Thank you. Good night. See you next week.
Bye.